It is good to be back. Hello and welcome, everybody. This is the Clodcast once again. After a hiatus after finishing off Season 3 of CPL, we're back with PRs. And we're going by order of how every team finished the draft. Quagsire was first to finish, so they get their PR video first. I'm also... the people joining me on this long and treacherous video are Roy.
I considered learning German while in Mallorca, but I couldn't be bothered.
Terabyte.
That's good.
And Harry.
I don't know why I'm here.
Roy said, should we ask for more people? And I immediately said, you can do it if you want to. I just know Harry will immediately jump at the opportunity, and here you are.
Man, I enjoy podcasts, man.
I do too. Even though preparing them is sometimes very annoying.
Harry, off the top of your head, who's your favorite team in Quag?
I don't have one, truthfully. I've not. I don't remember any of them.
You've
So
not
this will be
prepared?
a
Oh my goodness.
Say mine.
Yours, Roy wins.
Okay, and then
Thank
jumping
you.
into the first team.
My team is definitely going to be ranked highly on this video.
Jumping into the first team, press the button.
Give me just 1 second, I will have to explain one thing real quick. We did change a little bit about the PR. The memes are no more. I know some people like the memes, but it is getting all the memes for every single player and putting them on the doc is very time consuming. And since we have a whole new div, it's not happening. I'm sorry. And yeah, we're gonna record 6 different PR videos over the next week probably. 4 for CPL, 1 for AGDL, and 1 for BTL. So keep out for those videos. But now we're starting with the Quagsire PRs. We did change the ranking system a little bit. It is still based on points, and it's still objective. But we changed a little bit about it, and we're gonna see this by going on to the first one, which is number 16, Roy Mustang.
This is rigged. Oh, this is rigged by Big Ben against me. He has rigged this.
Roy's team was... the rankings were made by me, Roy, and Hamburger. I removed Roy's rating from his own team because me and Hamburger didn't rate our own teams as well, so it's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, it's fair. And
as you can see, there's a few new statistics here. We have removed a little bit of stuff. For example, the... problem solving, because that always was a little controversial. And we've, densed it down a little bit. We have basics, which is, do you have every important typing or, a good user of the typing? Do you have good speed tiers? And just, does the draft have basics of what a draft needs? An offensive core, pretty self-explanatory. How good is the offensive core and how good do they balance off each other? Defensive core, same thing. I ranked hazard setting in offensive core and hazard removal in defensive core. The others might have ranked it in support, but that's how I did it personally. And then support is very self-explanatory. How good is the team at supporting itself? Right then, Roy. Why don't we start with your team here?
This is rigged.
This is rigged.
No, honestly, my team's kind of mid, so it kind of says that the quality of the teams in this division, if the mid team is the worst team. I think my team's mid.
Yeah.
I don't love my draft, to be honest.
But you've got Seismitoad.
I do have Seismitoad. Seismitoad covers holes. Not great, but it covers holes.
Typings wise, you have almost every needed typing. You don't have a dark type though.
Yeah, I don't like not having a dark type. That's where I didn't like immediately.
Yeah,
we move.
While Gardevoir can switch good into psychic moves, Iron Treads can as well. Iron Treads, a lot of psychic types do carry the coverage to hit Gardevoir with a Shadow Ball or a Dark Pulse. And for Treads, it's a lot of psychic types to get at least Focus Blast.
Yeah, that's fair. That's great. My back. To be fair, my backup fairy type is a lot of time like Hydrapple's going to be Terra Fairy in a lot of matchups. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you have removal, you have hazard settings, so you have the stuff, so you have some basics filled out. You don't have a lot of it, truth be told.
Honestly, I think my removal's fine. I don't think I need more than Treads and Moltres. It's my hazard set that's a bit ass, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's why I got Seismitoad.
Which I want to bring up in the offensive core because offensively, like offensively, you have Palafin, Beware, and Treads, which is not too bad. And then especially you have Jolteon, Gengar, Mega Gardevoir, Moltres, Hydrapple, and again Palafin can do it. It's just how well it bounces off each other. For example, the coverage Beware hits with is very similar to the coverage Palafin gets.
Yeah.
And then Iron Treads does hit a little differently than those two, but like Palafin often carries a fighting type move, and Beware's normal type moves is not what it clicks normally. It clicks the fighting type move most of the time.
Can I just add some context, by the way? Because I lost a bet last season, I had to go double or nothing. I had to draft Beware and try and get 10 kills with it. So that's why Beware's on this team.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Sorry, Fury, by the way, because I know you wanted Terra Beware.
Yeah, like the team, like the offense in general doesn't look too bad, but where I gave a lot of minus points was the hazard setting. Because you only have 2 Rockers and a T-Spike Gengar. You don't have spikes at all, which is a very frustrating thing, in especially today's meta.
Agreed. I don't love not having spikes. Honestly, all the spikers that were left, I didn't like, and I was just there like, fuck it. Seismitoad fits best out of all the things that are left over. Gives me a bulky water, and it gives me a rocker.
I don't know what.
You switched slides.
I didn't click anything. It just fucking bugged
Moving
out.
on to Nut.
Anyways,
Nut has spikes. That's why they're higher. That's why Nut is higher than me. They have spikes.
I was also going to mention the fact that no one really runs toxic spikes on Gengar, at least not what I've seen anyway.
Yeah, I did get taken off toxic spikes.
I have before, but it is very situational.
Exactly.
Then to the defensive core. Your defensive core consists of Iron Treads, Seismitoad, Moltres, Hydrapple, and physically at least Beware. And there is some Pokemon that share weaknesses.
Don't sleep on Porygon. Don't sleep on Porygon. But yes.
Yeah, like if you look at the type chart, for example, Seismitoad only has one weakness, which is covered greatly by Moltres, which just quad resists it. But then we Moltres' weaknesses get covered by Seismitoad, so they do cover each other pretty good. But then the Treads is pretty weak to a lot of stuff that the others don't resist naturally, except for like fire type moves for Moltres and the Seismitoad. And the Beware is just defensively a liability, basically.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't. Well, I mean, it covers. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like this is one of the things I struggled with building this team. It was just basically trying to make the Beware work.
It can take physical hits well because of Fluffy. But
yeah, AV stats can kind of work. I could do AV as well, but I don't know how well that's going to work in some matchups.
Yeah. But your Hydrapple can cover some defensive holes just by terroring into a specific type, because you have Terra Hydrapple and the Terra Jolteon. That's why I mentioned Jolteon in offensive core as well.
Jolteon's going to be quite. I will say this, just to spoil ahead to the support as well. The support is a bit air. I think it's. I will say I don't know if I ever really want to run Wish Jolteon, because that sounds like a 2-pack of ass. But I can at least run Wish Mega Grandfather, and some of the other stuff does support. But honestly, the lack of hazards kind of doesn't really help Palafin sweep.
I mean, the Wish Gardevoir is not a lot better than Wish Jolteon.
It has slightly more HP, and it gets
3
teleport,
points.
so slow. Hey, that could matter.
Yeah, but support is definitely a little bit of a problem, because you technically do have like a Trick Room mode with Beware and Hydrapple and technically Porygon. But with how fast some of your mons are, you're probably never actively going for that Trick Room mode. And then obviously your wish passes aren't good. You do have a heal bell on the Jolteon, but you're not like never putting that on a Jolteon probably.
I say maybe if I don't need a four. If I've got a spare fourth move, I might. But otherwise, no, you're right.
You do have a
Just
good
kind of
chunk
forget
of
heal
do have
bell.
a good chunk of momentum, but some of the mons won't click that momentum. For example, the guard will rarely click teleport.
Yeah, I agree and disagree. I definitely will. If I have a spare slot, I will sometimes put teleport on there. But I agree.
Just you rarely click it on guard because it's too frail, especially on the physical side, to like be good at clicking teleport.
Yeah, it's just it has to be it'll be a prediction based thing. I can just do predicting anyway.
Yeah,
and switch out and not take the risk.
but yeah, the team is.
I don't think it's.
I
don't think
don't
it's
think
bad.
the
It's
team
just
is necessarily bad, but the team would definitely
yeah.
be better if it had actual hazards. Which
I honestly, I've got next week off. So 2 weeks time off, and I think I'm going to work on the team then and try and change it, Grace. Not do it, Grace. I change it basically ahead of week 2 or ahead of week 3. So I think I can definitely make it work better. I don't think it'll be the world's best team. I don't think this is the worst team I've drafted, but the more I look at it, the more I'm like, all right, I see quite a few flaws. I do need to tweak it.
So, Terabyte and Harry, what are your live thoughts?
Honestly, I just rate the Seismitoad. I love Seismitoad.
Seismitoad's fine. I like Seismitoad. I've had success with it.
The only reason he has a Seismitoad is because we have a Dracovish in our division.
No,
I mean,
actually,
honestly,
the reason I have a Seismitoad is... No, actually, I will say why I have a Seismitoad, actually. It's not because of that. That was a joke. But yeah, also that too. I got it because there was a massive speed gap between Beware and Moltres, and I needed rocks.
Ah.
That's why
That's
I got
fair.
it.
I mean,
it fit.
the points I would have probably given are stuff you've already mentioned, e.g. like the lack of hazards, the lack of getting rid of said hazards, the lack of support. I mean, you've already said everything I was going to say anyway. I just like Seismitoad, man.
All I'll say on the lack of the hazard removal, I think the hazard removal was fine because I don't think you need much more. I could do with like a backup one, I guess, but I think Moltres and Iron Treads can do the job fine. I think that's good. That's a good spinner, good defogger. I don't think you need much more than that. It's the hazard setting that's the problem.
I mean, yes, you can always fit it on them, but sometimes they want to, like, Moltres sometimes wants to run 2 attacks Roost U-turn, and same with Tread, sometimes it wants to run 3 attacks Volt Switch.
Yeah, that's fair. But I do kind of agree. That's why I think having a backup one would be handy, but I think the hazard setting's a much bigger weakness. I think the removal's fine. I think it's good, but I think it's fine.
Okay, Terabyte, your time for hater thoughts.
Well, team's it's pretty bad, right? But like it's more like relying on quality of mons instead of like actual good team, you know?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Roy has a lot of quality mons, but not necessarily mons that synergize well with each other.
I see that.
He is kind of spitting. He's kind of spitting there, to be honest.
It's like, yeah, Palafin's
I mean,
gonna win you
this
games.
is rigged.
Is there a good team built around Palafin? No, not really.
No, it's rigged. It's actually rigged. My team's the best. Yeah, no, I can't be asked. No, yeah, no, this is a mid team. I honestly was surprised it was. I actually was surprised it was bottom, only because that's more because actually most of the teams in this division are mid at worst. I don't think there's a bad team in this division. Bad teams in other divisions, but not this one.
I mean, if you can play it, fair enough, you know. But
I mean, Roy can definitely pilot it. It's a very Roy team. Roy barely uses hazards anyways.
There is that as well. I think I can make it work, but I might tweak it. When I've got time to actually look at it properly, I might tweak it.
Yeah, this is not my least favorite team. To be fair, I have a different least favorite team, which will come up later, but I will say when that team comes up.
It's the most mid team in the draft. Like everything is mid at best. Like on this team, and not in the whole way. Like I've drafted much better teams than this, and I know it. But I think I can still make this work.
Yeah. Now then. Next up, at number 15 is Nut. With a total score of 26, same as Roy, but I do prefer this team a little bit more than Roy's team.
This is one of those teams that... This is one of those teams that it feels... it upsets me looking at it, you know?
Yeah, I get exactly what you mean.
It's a lack
Well,
of
I will say
special
this.
attack here.
We're gonna get into that. Don't
Yeah,
you worry.
that bit's much. Also, their removal's worse than mine. I just want to say that now.
Yeah.
Defog. Ooh.
They sniped me as well, by the way. Sniped me of Mandibus. I actually wanted Mandibus.
Mandibus is cool, I get why.
Typings
I
wise,
like
they have
it,
every
okay.
important typing except normal, but they don't need a normal because they have one of the best ghost type switch ins in Mandibus. So it's not normal's not necessary here specifically. But why the basics are as bad as they are is a little thing we call speed gaps. Because it's 80 and then drops down all the way to 50.
There's basically 2 speed tiers on this team. It's like 108 to 115, and then like 101 to like 88.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a big problem because there can be some very strong mons in like the 70s and like close to 80s. So that will allow them just to viably run adamant, so they don't need to be jolly or timid. Also a reason why the basics are a little down, because while they do have hazard setting, there is missing removal.
And it doesn't help that your fast guys are at Electrode and Sneasel.
Yeah.
Who just generally don't hit very hard.
Yeah, now to the offensive core. One big gripe is that while there is an Electrode, it's not a Terra Electrode, so it's not as strong as it could be. The offensive core is pretty good though, because we have an Ogre Palm, Wellspring, a Gouging Fire, and a Maul for physical, which all balance off each other pretty well in the offensive department. Especially it's where a little bit of the problem starts seeping in, because we only have basically Sandy Shocks as a great special attacker, because Electrode needs a damage boosting item. Same with Cobalion, and Petron needs a boost. But the reason the offensive core number is as high as it is because all of the hazard setting is there. Like, the team's offense gets a lot better through the hazards because they have that much hazards.
Yeah, but there's like no like special damage coming in, so
yeah, it's basically all up to Sandy Shocks, which Sandy Shocks is a great Terra captain, but it should never be your sole special attacker.
I don't know why Electrode's on this team, to be honest. Like,
when your second best special attacker is a Cobalion, that's worrying. I mean, Electro's there for speed. That's all it's there for. It's kind of like how Jolteon was drafted.
Yeah, but then you have to tear it and get rid of Sandy Shocks. You know, like it's like they do the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now we get to the defensive core, which obviously there's one defogger, no rapid spin. So that's a very big downside to this team, because while it can set up a lot of hazards, it cannot keep them up if they want to get rid of hazards themselves. And we have some hazard weak Pokemon like a Gouging Fire, for example, and obviously a lot of these mons don't like spikes. So that's going to be a big detriment, and generally the defensive core of Cobalion, Petulant, Mandibus can be a little improved upon. It is not a bad defensive core per se, but there is some holes because, of course, like Cobalion, while Cobalion isn't a natural fairy resist because of its fighting typing, Petron can take those hits. But if you look specifically at the special defense stats, there's not a single Pokemon with a special defense stat above 100.
Which is really worrying.
Yep. Like, physically defensive, you're all set. You have Cobalion with 129, you have Darkspawn with 115, Gouging Fire with 121, Patch with 160, Mandibus 105, Mega Marvel 125. But special defense is like a big issue on this team because special attackers can really have a field day here. And then we get to the support where you have Wish, Darkspawn, but how often are you bringing that viably except for it to heal itself? Because Wish of a 57 base HP stat is not that great. And then obviously, like you don't have a Trick Room mode, which Mega Mawile would very much enjoy. You don't have that much momentum. The most momentum you have is Volt Switch, and we know Volt Switch momentum is not the most reliable momentum because of ground types. You have a little bit of Baton Pass, you have Parting Shot, you have 2 U-turners. You only have 3 knockers, and obviously, like, there's some supporting moves that could be nice here, like a few Thunder Wave Mons, for example, or like, I'm gonna put it in here because it is also very good supportive with T-Spikes, can like help Pecharunt a lot with Hex sets.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these are like the basic thoughts on that team. I basically just monologue this, so you guys say your thoughts.
Honestly, like I think you sum up most things as well. Like especially the special attack issue is very worrying. Even physics, because like Empoleon, it's can do special attacking, for example, but its coverage is bare bones. For example, even with Terra Blast.
I completely agree. Like, and also just, you know, the lack of hazard removal other than just a singular Mandibuzz. Because, like, your opponent could very much just plan around that and then, you know,
Yeah, like
the
all it takes
hazards
is one time.
Exactly. Like, it is a massive problem with this team. And again, as previously mentioned, the special threat is non-existent. So, especially, you know, it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Terabyte, your thoughts, hater energy, let it out.
Well, it's kind of all been said now. Like it's like how does this team like deal with like bulkier teams? You know, like that's like the issue now. Is that all these guys can just like full invest in defense and probably be fine?
Yeah.
And then like one grass type shuts down your Sandy Shocks, right?
Well, it's Terra,
Unless
so not completely, because
yeah,
you can just...
unless you Terra, but like that can be easily planned around.
Yeah.
And even still, like some of their like physical offense is also kind of just reliant on setup. Like gouging fire doesn't hit that hard without like setup.
Yeah, I get
Like
it.
the only real one that's like dropping bombs just out the gate is like Mobile. Like everything else kind of struggles. And then like the fact their fast guys aren't that strong is like Cinderace just kind of goes in on this team now. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you can also disrespect like fast ones if they're not doing anything to you. Because you don't need to respect if they're not doing anything to you. You don't need to respect them. Like you could get an Ninjas, but it's not going to do anything to you. So why do you care about his speed here?
Yeah, it's like the same for like some other fast ones, like a Whimsicott. You're never respecting Whimsicott offensively because it's mostly running Prankster anyways.
yeah, but like Spectre, for example, outspeeds this entire team except Electrode, and Electrode can't do any real damage to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so at number 15, that seemed definitely a weird one, but there are some like the hazard setting aspect is like a lot better than Roy's. That's why it's one above Roy.
Correct.
At number 14, we have Juby, our favorite twink, aka Ordinary.
Is this his team name? Young Rizzler?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
One Terra Captain.
Yep.
That is immediately a document points.
Yeah.
That's a good one, though.
This
It's a
team
good one, but it's
is
still document point.
weird. This team does not have a ghost type and doesn't have a flying type. The ghost type issue is not that bad because for normal types you have a Ferrothorn. And for fighting types, you have Slowbro and Nidoqueen to switch into those, so it can be pretty fine. Obviously, a Ghost type would help the fighting type weakness here, but to be fair, 2 of the fighting weak Pokemon are rarely coming. And then the bigger issue I see is not having a flying type, because your only ground immunity is a Rotom, Heat. And while Rotom Heat can easily switch into an Earthquake. Most mons that carry Earthquake also carry a Rock move.
Yeah, like every ground type gets a rock move.
Exactly.
And,
So
and
having
actually, looking at it now, like ground spam's pretty good into them.
yeah, ground spam is very good into them, especially like if the Rotom Heat is chipped, it is just very easy to go for ground spam. And another
Because
big issue,
there's just no resist.
yeah, another
either.
big issue with the basics is the ass wide speed gap here. It's a 30-point speed gap, which is
Oh,
one of the most important speed gaps as well, because it's a speed gap that enables Pokemon from the 100 speed tier all the way to 115 to run Adamant and Jolly. Just to name some threats that are in those speed tiers: Thunderous Incarnate, Mega Medicham, then like Mega Charizards, even though they were not drafted, those could be in those speed tiers. Like there's a lot of mons that are very threatening in those speed tiers. Like a Garchomp, for example, can run Adamant into this team easily.
I've also got another 2 mons that's very scary into this team: Mold Breaker, Haxorus, and Extra Drill. Because literally, if they've got a Mold Breaker mon, and if Saigon was drafted as well, you have no ground resist.
Yeah.
Nothing resists ground. Nothing's even immune to ground.
That's a scary four right there.
Yeah, like for example, Roy into this matchup can run his Iron Treads with Adamant because he nothing comes close to like speed creeping it or anything.
And I can just run Stone Edge as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or even Smackdown if I'm feeling spicy.
Yeah. And hazard setting is there and it is good enough because Nidoqueen and Ferrothorn are very reliable hazard setters. Removal is iffy. Very, very, very so. It's there, but it's iffy.
Yeah, I mean Kamala's a good backup. Kamala's a backup one, but you probably need another one as well with Rotom Heat.
Yeah.
Rotom Heat is basically locked into default nearly every week. You can never bring it offensive on this team.
Yeah. Let's get to the offensive core. Physically, we have Weavile, Iron Valiant, and Komala. Especially we have Iron Val, Rotom Heat, Raging Bolt, and Slowbro. You can count to that. So
I would actually be. I will say this: you could add Nidoqueen to the offensive as well.
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to mention. Nidoqueen does belong in both stats as well because of sheer force. So Nidoqueen can
so much
be
worse.
very reliably an attacker.
Low key, Iron Valiant and Nidoqueen save this because it would be a lot lower out than two. Because them being able to basically switch between both actually helps this team a lot.
Yeah.
Having that option must be really nice as well.
And of course, like having reliable hazard setters with Ferrothorn and Nidoqueen is also very good for this team specifically because a lot of the mons on this team do like having hazard support. For example, Weavile, when hazards are on the opposite side, Weavile can get into more kill ranges and might not have to run something like Choice Band and can just run Boots. Yeah. Defensive core. I do like this defensive core very much. Because, for one, Slowbro and Ferrothorn are perfect with each other when it comes to weaknesses and resistances. Because if we look at it here, Ferro's 4-time resist, Slowbro checks. Slowbro's resist to electric and grass, Ferro checks. Ferro's fighting weakness, Slowbro checks. Like they bounce off each other very, very well defensively. Like the only stuff is like Bug, Ghost, and Dark, which is a little bit of a problem because you don't have that reliable switch-ins to those. Because for Ghost, it's either Weavile, which is not that bulky, or you have to bring Komala because Ditto is not a Ghost type switch-in. The reason the defensive core is so low is the removal though. Your only removal is basically Rotom Heat because Komala is maybe coming to 1 or 2 weeks max. Knowing Juby though, he likes his low tier normal types, aka Mega Audino for example, and he might bring this Komala more than it needs to. And then we obviously have support. This team does have trick rooms, two trick room setters, but not really a trick room mode outside of Slowbro because most of the other mons are too fast for trick room or are just not that strong. We have Wish Komala, which is okay but not great. We have we have 4 knockers, which that's pretty good. Momentum is very weak though on this team. You have 1 U-turner, 1 teleporter, and 2 volt switchers. Technically, Weavile can also baton pass, but you're never fitting that on Weavile because Weavile has 4 move slot syndrome anyways already. And yeah, that's why the total comes up to 27. Now, guys, you can share your thoughts.
It's a good thing Juby's one of the best players in the division because this team's going to need a lot to make it work. But legitimately, he is one of the best players in the division, so it will work.
Yeah. The thing is,
Ditto will saving him some matchups, and it's quite a scary thing to deal with too.
Yeah. The thing is, while this team is like very like bad on paper, he never needs to bring his low tiers just because of how good the rest of his team is.
Kamala never comes most matchups.
Yeah.
That's really the only low tier anyway, to be honest. I think Ditto is okay. He can bring that in a match if he's really struggling as a trump card, or to pun it, or to basically make people think about setup sweeping.
Yeah. Now then, Harry, Tara, what are your thoughts?
I'll let Tara go first.
What's kind of like Roy's team, you know, or it's like more quality of mon over good coherent team. But I feel like these, like the difference is this is just like higher quality mons than what Roy had. Like
I agree. Also, like some of the mons synergize better than some of the Roy mons. Like for example, the Pharaoh and Slowbro synergize very well with each other.
Like this, the top 6 is something you can bring every week, and be fine.
Yeah. And then there's like a rotom heat you can swap in and out based on what you need.
Yeah, I mean sometimes you're like maybe like Pharaoh Thorn just has a shit matchup, so just do Rotom instead. But
yeah,
actually, you have to bring Rotom. Never mind.
It's your only removal. Yeah, you have to bring it
So
most of the time.
yeah, the top 7 is like something you could bring every week.
Now then, Harry.
In terms of like hazard removal, right? I just think people do need to start bringing, like, look at their team and go, oh yeah, you know, I only have so many hazard removals, and I mean Kamala, I'm not a fan of Kamala, truthfully. I never have been, and I never will be. And like, an opponent can obviously prep very easily to just bring a fighting type. Look at, you know, Kamala, Weavile, Ferrothorn, etc. And it will do a lot of damage. And obviously, you know, Slowbro exists, but then most fighting types have like a dot move anyway, so like I can see this team struggling a lot with fighting types in general, I think. Especially Weavile. That poor Weavile. And obviously, as previously mentioned, I really like Nidoqueen. Having the option to go physical and special is, you know, is nice. Because, you know, if they expect physical, you bring special, Sludge Wave, fucking Sheer Force. Happy days, right? But, and obviously I'm Violent having, I'm Val having both options is also really nice. I just think this team struggles, like, with just backups in general as well.
I
think
say
you
this,
bring,
it wouldn't.
yeah.
I would say this.
Go on.
It wouldn't shock me if he picked Ditto and Kamala as answers to ghost types as well. Kamala, like for certain
I
ones,
see that.
and obviously Ditto as an answer to Spectria because you can just go like, "Oh, you have a Spectria on the field. Bang! Here's my Ditto. I've got your stats. You lose now."
And I fuck with Ditto. I think Ditto is very fun.
Ditto's a fun pick. Ditto's basically honestly you should just take Ditto off the type chart because it's basically like a wild card. So like I wouldn't even feel it as a mon on there because it's basically like a wild card he can bring.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now then, that is Juby's team at number 14. Which brings us to number 13, who is Caps.
Wait, Juby's ordinary now?
Yeah.
Yeah, like one thing as well, like it's a pretty offensive team, no? Normally he drafts like a much more like bulkier.
Yeah,
Right.
he likes bulk.
Still
Yeah,
player.
so, I don't know. We'll see.
Talking about bulk, we have Caps. First of all, for the basics, Caps is missing a ghost type, which is not too bad. He has 3 fighting type switch-ins and 2 normal type switch-ins, so it doesn't matter too much. Speed gaps though. Speed gap from 85 to 110. Again, mons from 100 till 109 can all run Modest or Adamant. So Garchomp, Adamant. Mega Pinsir, Adamant. Zarude, Adamant. Like Lando Incarnate can run Modest. Like, that's not something you want to enable.
Very
Once
scary.
Again,
Yeah.
Once again, like they don't really have that real like fast guy.
Yeah.
Like
They do
Cinderace
have
is
hazard
like,
setting. But removal is basically non-existent.
A poor rapid spinning Terrapagos.
Yep.
Poor guy.
Now, to the offensive core. Offense-wise, we have Cinderace physically, Mega Diancie physically, Gyarados physically. We have Mesprit, Chestnut, Tinglu, like Celesteela. Especially we have Mega Diancie again. We have Terrapagos, we have Mesprit, and we have Celesteela again. And obviously we have so much hazards that this team is just gonna be blessed with hazards every single game.
I can
All good ones
see
as well. All good hazard sets, to be fair.
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm swallowed.
And don't sleep on the Swallow.
Like, offensive wise, you also have like a Terra Gyarados, which is a very, very great offensive Terra captain to have. Yeah, like offensive wise, this team is very strong. Defensive wise, while this team is in general looks very bulky, it has some very specific issues, which I'm gonna mention. Look at all of the defensive Pokemon and tell me how many get reliable recovery.
I know this one. I know this one, Ben. I know. And get me. Is it 0?
It's 1. It's Chestnut, which gets Synthesis.
Oh yeah, Chestnut gets Synthesis. I forgot Chestnut gets Synthesis.
None of the defensive
like,
mons get any recovery, except for like Lychee, Celesteela.
But like, guys, let's not pretend like no Terra Chestnut is like a real defensive mon, you know? Like,
It
Well,
has
yeah.
niche. It has niche matchups. Like it will have matchups where it will work.
yeah, but most of the time it's gonna get 2 KO'd, no? Like,
yeah, because
Well, yeah, and
a
if you
lot
predict
of
the Timberfish, you just bring in a flying type, and then they're forced to switch out like
Yeah.
immediately.
Also, why I generally think the defensive core while there's no recovery, the defensive core works well with each other, but the big problem why the defensive core is so low again is the same problem with Juby. You have 1 removal mon.
Mm.
A single one.
And
yeah, like, it feels like
Terrapagos
Terrapagos.
with.
Oh, go on, go on.
No, you go first.
It's
No, you
like
go first.
Terrapagos is like the best spinner in the game, but like part of its like strength is like the offensive set, which I feel like you can't really run here because it has to spin.
Yep.
Like it needs
I was about to say the
stay alive
same thing as
spin.
Terabyte. Yeah, I'm with Terabyte as well. Like that's basically what I was gonna say as well.
The only other option they have is fucking court change, and like it's just not happening, is it?
Yeah, the thing is, while core change in theory is not so bad, but if you look at the amount of hazard setting he has, core change most of the
Exactly.
time will be bad for them.
So the lack of hazard removal is very like stinging.
Yeah. And
But like,
Ironically, if it was like my team, it would actually be a lot better. Whereas, like, okay, there's not much hazard setting, so you can take advantage of court change.
yeah.
it's like you can court change, yes, but then your Cinderace like most of the time takes a hit, and then Cinderace is not that bulky. So let's say like you take like 50 from like most neutral hits at that point. Like you can't really use your Cinderace for offense at that point, like as much as you'd like.
Yeah.
And it's your fastest mon as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. it's gonna have to be Scarf a bunch of times, and it might have to run Court Change, and I don't know.
Yeah. And now the
just
biggest
awkward.
weakness of this team specifically is the support. This team would fucking adore a Wish Passer.
Yeah.
This team
Yeah.
also only has a singular mon with knockoff, which is
Yeah.
Mesprit.
I will say this as well. Mesprit keeps this from being lower because Healing Wish is handy on this team as well, but they really could do with a Wishmon.
No. If Mesprit wasn't there, the support would generally be at 2.
I agree.
That's
Mesprit
how little
carries
support
hard
this
for
has, because this
support.
team doesn't even have a lot of momentum support, because it has 2 U-turners and one extra baton passer. Like, this team has no, like, little ways of supporting the playstyle it has, except for the hazards and Mesprit. While I don't
not
think this
fast
team
either.
is completely shit, it definitely has room for improvement.
I
Now then,
think that's definitely flawed.
your thoughts, guys.
They have Terra Swallow, so they should be number 1.
Agreed.
No, being serious, Terabyte is 100% right on the issue with the Rapid Spin Terrapagos, because Terrapagos is at its best it's like Great Tusk. People see the stats on it, I think it's a better mon defensively, but like Great Tusk, it's actually best offensively. It's a mon that is suited to be bulky but offensive. And if it's your only proper remover, because Court Change doesn't really work with this team, then you are basically pigeonholing one of your best sweepers in late game to clean into basically being a defensive mon.
Harry?
Honestly, like, again, as mentioned, when your only other option is Court Change and you have that many hazard setters, like, what's the point at that point? And again, as previously mentioned, Terrapega's at its best when it's offensively, and like the lack of a wish, like the no wish for a team this bulky is really depressing. It almost brings a tear to my eye. Like, there's just even with Healing Wish, right? Mesperit's not that fast, so it could just get one fucking tapped. But if you predict a fucking Healing Wish or get fucking set up on, I don't know. Just the point is that, like, the lack of healing in general is just really, really depressing to look at.
Yeah.
To be brutally honest.
Unironically, I think it kind of needs Terror on it. On the Meesprit, to make it work better. I think if it got Terror, it's a lot better.
I think Terra Chestnut would have also benefited here, but
yeah. Now then, Terabyte, haters' thoughts.
This like, no offense, but this might be like my least favorite team so far, because I don't know, it just all feels kind of awkward. It's like yeah, you have this Terrapagos, but there's like no real support for it. Like, it's like there's Gyarados, who's like their only setup threat pretty much, like most of the time. There's like this random Chestnut slapped on. Like, I don't know, it just all feels kind of awkward together.
Agreed.
It's like two months away from being like the really solid team.
agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, that is Caps at number 13. At number 12, we have Jfuka, which I really, really like this team, actually. But a little bit of a problem is just that it has some flaws on, like, the basics and support thing. In my opinion, personal, this is a top 5 team. But stats-wise, it just is not that high. Now then.
It's like it's all in your top
Offensively.
4, isn't it? Like,
There's like no
offensively,
momentum here.
Yeah, the momentum's a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
A bit. I think you can get away with it on this one a bit, because there is U-turn, there is baton pass on certain key mons.
Yeah. This team has every important typing except the normal type, which is actually kind of...
Wait.
For this team, it's kind of detrimental, because Their ghost
Ben, can I cut
switch-ins.
you off in there?
Yes.
I feel like Okie Dokie gets U-turn. Does Okie Dokie not get U-turn?
No, it does
Nope.
not.
Why not? Why don't you got U-turn?
Like it's guard dog. It specifically doesn't want you to switch.
Okay,
Why would I have
my
you
apologies.
turn?
Now then, where was I? Yeah, this team doesn't have a normal type, which it would actually kind of benefit from, because their ghost type switch-ins are Cacturn and Roaring Moon. Not the best ones. Roaring Moon can eat Shadow Balls very well, but a Poltergeist really hurts Roaring Moon. And Cacturn is Cacturn. Cacturn he has
Cacturn is
because
a
he lost
lead-
his bet last season.
Yeah, and also Cacturn is like a lead mon. I think Cacturn, when it actually has worked, when I've seen it used on draft, it's been leads. It doesn't work as a defensive mon late in games.
Yeah.
It's a lead suicide thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what about those stats? Screams defensive bond to you. 70, 60, 60, 55 speed.
This
Making it-
Cacturn is one of the Pokemon that
Check-
has Hoenn syndrome. Mixed slow attacker.
I mean, you can slap an AV on it and it might work.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
Anyways, now to a good point of this team, the offensive core. We have physically Roaring Moon, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Okidogi, and technically Cacturn is there too. Especially we have Spectrier, we have Togekiss, we have Heatran, and we have, again, Cacturn.
Cacturn is not going to hit specially.
And-
It's all it's going to do is physical.
And we have some solid
I think
hazard
Gastrodon
setters that
Mhm.
actually can fit hazards on them as well. Like this like the synergy as well between Roaring Moon and Spectre specifically offensively is like Spectre and Roaring Moon and Spectre and Urshifu all bounce off each other so well offensively, because everything Spectre cannot deal with, Urshifu will deal with, and anything that's in between Roaring Moon will deal with. It's very amazing.
That trio is enough for an 8 on its own. That trio just covers everything, and
Yeah.
then they've just got like nice stuff to patch up a little bit.
Yeah,
I think I rated it a 10 in the end, didn't I, for like offensive?
I don't remember, but yeah, we had like you add to that a Terra Okidogi, a Togekiss, a Heatran that can be offensive. Like this team is very amazing.
There's also niche Talonflame sets as well with Terra.
Yeah. Then we get to a little bit of the issue, which is the defensive core. Heatran and Togekiss do bounce off each other pretty well. And then you also have like Gastrodon, which can work pretty well. But that's basically it for the defensive core. You have a Togekiss, Heatran, Gastrodon defensive core. Because Cacturn is not very defensive. Okidogi can be defensive if you really needed to. And then Togekiss as well. Like Togekiss is mostly just a special defensive mon. Physically defensive is not that good. And Talonflame is more of a support mon.
You could slap a fucking AV on Okidogi and it could probably take quite a few fucking hits,
Yeah.
truthfully.
Yeah, I'd actually argue Okidogi can be a defensive mon with AV. I think that's one of its most common sets, to be fair. I think Okidogi would count defensive mon, to give him some credit there.
Yeah. There's also another reason like this like the defense stat is that low. One, removal, no spinner, just 2 defoggers. While very good defoggers, no spin is pretty detrimental. And then of course we have the huge flying type weakness where you're only switching as Heatran. A pretty big fairy weakness. While Talonflame can switch into some fairy moves, it's not the most reliable defensive mon. And then again, Heatran has to take that load for fairy type attack. And then again, we have an ice weakness where Rapid Strike can take hits, but like if a Freeze Dry is there, Rapid Strike also dies to that, and then it's again just Heatran. So yeah, like there's some defensive like stuff that needs to be patched up by Terra Okidogi, basically.
Mm.
And then we have the support. While you have like Haxmon Togekiss with Wish, T-Wave, Air Slash support. You have 2 knockoffers. You don't have a lot of momentum for a team that really would like momentum. Like if you look at it, Spectre, like you want to get Spectre or Shifu and Roaring Moon in as much as possible. And if you only have 3 U-turners and 1 Baton Passer, that's not that easy to do. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the rundown of J-Focus team. Terabyte, you started with your hater thoughts.
It's like all in the top 4 now. Like everything comes from this top 4. Like Togekiss is gonna have to come, because otherwise you also get kind of ground spammed.
Yeah.
And then it's like Okidogi or Gastrodon, and maybe sometimes Talonflame.
Yeah, like this team has like a little bit of an issue. You know the top 4 will come basically every week. Roy, what are your thoughts? I personally like this team very much, but again, stats wise, it just doesn't hold up.
I do like this team. I will say that. Like, I think it's a solid team. I think the issue is its defensiveness, but it's defensively, but offensively, this team is going to absolutely annihilate some teams as well.
Yeah.
And there's a disgusting speed gap as well.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that speed gap. It's between. You have a speed gap between 119 and 97. And then again, a speed gap between 77 and 55, which that one is not too important, but the one between 97 and 119 is pretty annoying. Because then specific mons that will be able to run modest or timid are like Thundy Eye, then stuff like Lycanroc, Azelf, Raikou, then Salazzle, Iron Valiant. Like that, those are some mons you don't want to necessarily run the positive nature on. And we would have Harry's thoughts here if he didn't leave the call again or get kicked off the call. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I think his phone's playing up. I will let know in a second. I'm just helping teach someone what a GMT means.
All right.
Huh?
Anyways,
They
yeah,
thought it meant grammar in time.
that's number 12, J4K. Number 11, we have Hamburger. And we have another very nasty offensive core here. Basics. Hamburger does not have any type missing that is important. And Hamburger has great speed tiers. He has a lot of mons in the 90s. A lot of mons in the 90s, actually. And he has one somewhat big speed gap between Skuntank and Prim, which can be okay, can be bad, depending on what mon specifically he faces. But this team has one thing that is very great. It's the offense. We have again a nasty core of an Urshifu. We have a Urshifu Latios offensive core. You add to that a Mega Garchomp, a Delmice, and a Terra Arcanine physically, and specially we have a Terra Kilowattrel and a Primarina. So this team is very, very nasty offensively. Like this team is gonna hit you in the face and try to hit you, try to take you down before you can do anything.
Yeah. This is to quote Sully, an all gas no brakes team.
Hazard setting is a little weak because you're relying on Tink, which is a great hazard setter, and Mega Garchomp, which can be a great hazard setter. And your T-Specs is Skuntank, which is not common that often, if we're being very real. Now then, the defense. Let's just... You have physically, for defense, your 3 highest physical defense mons are Delmice, Mega Garchomp, and Urshifu, single. Which the only one that is known to be like a very reliable bulky mon is Delmice out of those 3. Because Mega Garchomp is more offensive because it doesn't have defensive item options. And then especially you have Prim, Tinkaton, and Latios as your 3 highest special defense stats. Of course, Type Null technically has a higher stats in defense and SpDef than all of those mons with Eviolite, but Type Null is ass.
I wouldn't say Type Null is ass, but it's so passive. Like it's a mon that I wouldn't use because it's just too passive, and I use some passive ass shit.
Yeah, There's also a little bit of a synergistic problem with some of the defensive mons. While you can run Arcanine defensively, especially with Terra, you will have to rely on it more often than not, because Dhelmise and Tinkaton have some weaknesses that they have common together. Prim like you also have like a kind of big fairy weakness, while Tink and Arcanine can make up for that. Arcanine again is a Terra captain, so you might Terra out of the fire type. And then like there's just some like defensive like holes, because for example your best flying type switch-ins are Kilowattrel, which is not bulky, and then Tinkaton has to carry the load there. Tinkaton has to carry the load for fairy switch-ins probably. Tinkaton then probably will have to again carry a load for ice type switch-ins, because Arcanine again will probably Terra out of its fire type most of the time. And yeah, Tinkaton is gonna do some heavy lifting for defense on this team. And then the support is also like, it could be a lot better. While you have a very good amount of momentum support, some mons will just not reliably click their momentum. For example, Type Null, if it ever comes, does it even click the U-turn?
I think it's U-turn. What?
Yeah. You only have 2 knockers, where Tink is a great knocker, but Dhelmise sometimes has like an issue to fit knockoff onto a set. And then, of course, like you don't have Wish at all, for considering your only defensive mon with recovery is Arcanine. Again, Arcanine will have to. It's the defensive core of Arcanine and Tinkaton has to carry this team so hard. And then like there's like some moves you would like to have. Tinkaton also like carries the support stat heavily, because Tinkaton is a very good support mon. The rest of the mons are rather just more offensive Pokemon again.
The Pivoton's good at least.
Yeah. So
It's
Hamburger,
pretty classic. It's pretty classic hamburger team, right?
yeah.
It's like stomp or be stomped type
Yeah,
deal.
exactly. It's a stomp or be stomp team basically. This is hamburger style. Now then, your thoughts, guys.
Terry, you can go first.
Well, it's the stomp or be stomp team, but I feel like you also kind of have to win fast.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, and this team is actually pretty knockoff weak. Like all these mons kind of won their item, and there's no real like Urshifu wants the scarf or the band or whatever. Like Primarina wants offensive item, or like maybe even like throat spray. Like Tinkaton wants the lefties. Like Arcanine wants the boots. Like you have this Garchomp which is like good into knockoff, I guess, like theoretically, but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
if you mega the Garchomp, it doesn't even like it's not even a good knock switch in anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roy, your thoughts?
I'm going to be quite limited in my thoughts because I played this team week 1. I'm still prepping for it, so I don't want to give too much away. But this is definitely I'm going to run you over, and if your way of beating me is to run me over first kind of team.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that is Hamburger at number 11. Number 10, we have Siri. We go from one offensively minded team to the next one.
This might be legitimately one of the worst. I think this team is good, by the way, but it might also have legitimately one of the worst defensive cores I've seen so far.
Oh, I will
What do you
get
mean
to that.
defensive core? What do you mean
Yeah,
defensive
Jack's gonna right
core?
back.
Now, basics. You have like basically almost every necessary typing. You don't have a normal type, which kind of leads to your big ghost weakness, which you're only switching to that is Quillfish Hisui, which is also one of your Terra captains. You're mostly gonna Terra Mamo anyways, but if you Terra Quillfish out of the dark type, it's gonna be like a little bit of an issue. And then again, we have a very specific annoying speed gap that is 95 to 111, which lets Pokemon of the stats of 109 and 110 run Modest or Adamant. And again, some of the mons listed on that are all of the Ogerpons, Irimoth, Gengar, Zoroark Hisui. Like, just some mons you generally don't want to have to face when they're Adamant or Modest.
I mean, even for Scarfers, it's pretty bad because Fundy doesn't want to run the Scarf. Prankster.
Now then, let's get to the very good part of the team, the breaking. The offensive power, the offensive core. We have physically Sneasler, Thundurus, Mamoswine, Serena. Especially we have Thundurus, Tapu Lele, Glamora, and Golden Go. This team is gonna hit you in the face and it's gonna hit you hard. We have Sneasler in terrain, we have Tapu Lele, we have a Thundurus, we have Golden Go, we have Mamoswine, we have Terra. That shit is all very threatening. We have some backup offensive mons in like at Serena, or like if you really needed to, the Quillfish, or if you are very desperate, Dragon Dance, Whiscash. And you add to all of that, you add the amazing hazard setting this team has, which is also perpetuated by having a Golden Go that just says like fuck you to removal. Like this team,
it's like Whiscash and Golden Go are actually a pretty good duo on this team because you can just like Whiscash is one of the best lead Pokemon because it can't be taunted. And use that for Focus Sash, and you can get at least like either 2 spikes or a Stealth Rocks up.
Yep, exactly.
And then Golden Go make sure it stays.
Yep.
So it's actually a pretty good duo.
Now to the bad part. Defense. High speed Spadefmon on the team is 115 Tapu Lele. And it's the only Mon with above 100 Spadef.
Yeah.
There's no Mon on the team above 100 defense, by the way. So I'm gonna explain you what the defensive core of this team is. It's Quillfish Hisui, Serena, Whiscash. That's the whole defensive core of this team.
Whiscash is not defensive core.
Yeah.
Oh, Whiscash is not. That's pushing it.
Yeah, it's basically Quillfish and Serena, and you're not gonna fit all of both of them in all the time. So you're basically, this team is like Hamburger's team, but like a step above. Like this team is really like I either sweep you or you sweep me.
Agreed. Because also as well, going back to the defensive core as well, and you probably already mentioned this. Ben, how many poison types do they have?
4. They have 4 poison types. They have 1 switch into water types, which is Serena. They have 2 switch-ins to fire types, which one is Glamora, which is not known for its bulk. And then we have Whiscash, which is also not the most bulky Pokemon. You have 1 switch into ghost types, which is, again, the Quillfish. Your ground type switch-ins are Serena, which is a good ground type switch-in to be fair, and Thundurus, which is also not known for its bulk. Yeah, this team has some issues defensively. Like, hard issues. It's a little incredible how offensively minded Siri built this team. It's like, holy shit.
Well, also, I will say this as well, like, I know it's a 1 point, and it's probably coming like 1 off with like webs. But why not just get Swadloon or like Cricketune instead? Why did you get Ariados? You don't even need the grounded poison typing. That's the only reason you get Ariados 1 point. Is like, I want webs for 1 point, and I want a grounded poison type. I haven't got one. You don't need Ariados. Does nothing. This like I'm actually an Ariados stan, but like it does literally nothing here. Get Cricketune, get Swadloon. At least they can give you a ground resist as well if you need it in a matchup.
Yeah.
Or Swadloon can give you another like water resist.
Yeah.
Which is pushing it, but don't get me wrong. But
and now then, there is a reason this team support is high, even though it does not have any like wish passing or shit. This team support was rated a little bit differently because this is like a completely offensive team. like completely. That's why the support is ranked a little differently. And basically the whole support for the team is hazard setting and knockoff. And they have
Goldengo.
Yeah, and Goldengo. Goldengo is a massive perpetuator of this team again, because Goldengo enables the hazards to stay up. And obviously monsters like Sneasel and Mamoswine and Tapu Lele will absolutely abuse that shit.
I mean, it's not even just that. Tapu Lele does also support Sneasler quite well as well.
Yeah.
I will say it does semi-hinder Mamoswine sometimes because Ice Shard, but also I will say this as well. You can still click Ice Shard on monsters that are flying above the ground.
Yeah. But it hinders Thunderous, specifically. Thunderous cannot freely press T-Wave, because all monsters that are grounded will ignore the T-Wave.
Isn't there a move that lifts things off the ground? Isn't that a thing? Telekinesis?
Yeah, but it's like it's 70% accurate and it's on only Annika Sam, I think.
Oh, it's me bomba.
Exactly, me bomba. Now then, we've already heard a little bit of Roy's slot, so just keep going, Roy.
Yeah, I know it's a nitpick. Actually, don't know. Do you know what? Just about to Dupider, because then you actually have a water immunity. That actually helps. And resists the fire. It helps resist the fire as well. But yeah, for the most part, like I actually think this is a very good team. But like it's like I think my rankings were like high basics, high offensive, absolutely ass defensive core, and high support. Because I think the support of this team is fantastic. There is a clear plan. The only weakness is, and Kai's gonna have to be very careful with this, is he very easily can snowball and get absolutely swept. But if he plays this team well, this team is very hard to even like counter against, because if he keeps the momentum up, you cannot get back into the game against this team.
Yeah. But yeah, Terabyte, now onto the hater thoughts. Any hater comments?
I mean, Quillfish is gonna have to be LeBron on this team.
Yeah.
Like Quillfish is gonna come every week, and it's it's either gonna like 1v1 the Hulk, or it's gonna just get splatted and die. You know, like it's like so like this might be the greatest ad for Quillfish ever made if like Cry does well with this team.
Tara, just to pause. When you say LeBron, do you mean like LeBron from Emilio's fan fiction?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like the guy like trying to make him jealous is like every setup mon, every like bandit mon, every like everything that wants to do damage is like Steph Curry in this case, you know.
By the way, I wanted Harry to join in back at that point where we're talking about LeBron James fan fiction.
Oh, by the way, also one more thing to note: this team is incredibly knockoff weak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good shout.
So many hazard setters. Fucking hell.
And
Sorry.
I didn't even notice the Fundy and Terrain, which kind of sucks. And then also Glamora and Golden Go are a good duo.
Yeah,
because you can keep the T-Spike up. But then again, like this team's not designed for long games, so I don't know how useful a T-Spike is.
Yeah, probably not that good, but yeah.
And 4 poison types isn't great.
Yeah. Harry, if you want to give quick thoughts to this team, I know you didn't hear what we all said about the team, but like you can give quick thoughts.
No, not at all. I really fuck with Serena. I think Serena's a great spinner. I think it's low-key underrated spinner, dare I say. That's my like quick thoughts. That's it. That's all I have.
I do love Serena. I think Serena's a very good mon. But oh my god, is it going to have to lift everything on its mass? And its thighs are massive. Its thighs are beautifully massive. But oh my god, is it going to have to carry a lot on its thighs?
I mean, I run in OU anyway. I mean, completely off topic. I run like Assault Vest Serena because it's very fun with knockoff, rapid spin. You can do big damage with Power Whip as well. Like, I really like Serena here.
That's fair.
And it's very tanky with AV.
And he can surprise people in some matches with offensive Serena, because offensive Serena does a lot more than people will respect.
Yeah. Anyways, on to number 9, and my personal least favorite team. Miles Gustavo.
This is one of those
That's
this is
crazy.
one of those teams that like not to get that have all the basics, but I look at the basics and I'm like, they have it, but it doesn't feel right, you know, it just doesn't sit right.
Yeah. For basics, they have every important typing, and they don't have anything like that stands out specifically for types. They do have one of the most important speed gaps, though. They have the 85 to 104 speed gap. What does that mean? Pokemon from 99 till 103 can all run Adamant or Modded. Again, some mons to list off: Garchomp, Sandy Shocks, Thunderous Tea, Landorus Eye, Palafin, Zapdos, Salamence. Like, all those mons will be running the positive nature on you.
Or they can run it.
Yeah. Hazard setting and hazard removal is there, so you can't really take points off that. I will say Hamburger and Roy liked the basics a lot less than I did.
Well, the basics, it's like it's all there, but it's like oh, you have a normal type, but it's Oink alone. You have a fairy type, but it's Slurpuff. You have a dark type, but it's Meowscarada.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
that's
you have
basically
a
what I mean.
ghost
Like,
type.
for
You
example,
have, but like your ghost type, like if you have to switch that into stuff, like it's already fucked because it's Zoroark.
Yeah.
so let's for example go to the normal type and dark type, because I think that's the best example of it. Right, they have two normals and a dark type. So on paper you think, okay, ghost type spam isn't a problem, except the strongest one defensively is an Oikalong.
Huh.
That is a weak, like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Masquerade is not a bad dark type. Masquerade's a fantastic mon, but you want like a normal type that can take a hit from basically a ghost type, or vice versa. If you have like Sorakasui, fantastic mon. I actually do like it on this team in the support component, which I'll get to later, but not taking hits unless you're facing an Annihilate that hasn't run dark coverage.
Yeah.
That's the only time it's taking hits.
I don't see what Neuven
no one's
does here
Annihilate.
for this team, other than like defogging.
Offensive as well. It's it's here to be offensive. That's what it's here for.
Talking about offensive, let's get into the offensive core. We have physically Meowscarada, Quaquaval, Donphan, and there's technically Zoroark, Hisui, and Oinkolo. Especially we have...
I'd count Sorakasui for physical, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it has legit sets.
Especially we have Noivern, Zorakasui, Delphox, Toxicity, and there is technically Vaporeon sets that are offensive, but it's probably not happening. And we have two good offensive Terra types in Delphox and in Noivern. And then we have Oinkolo.
It's a mon.
It's a mon.
It is a mon.
I've
I
never
will say,
realized, by the way,
this.
how min-maxed Oinkolo's stats are.
Yeah, it's very weird, but it's funny.
It's like a power crept early type normal type.
Yeah.
Early game normal type for somehow.
I will say this: Slurpuff can be offensive too, but it only has one really properly offensive set, and it is niche. It is the belly drum set.
Yeah. And
but it's super niche. It gets no coverage.
Yeah.
Like none at all. Like it's sort of some of the worst coverage for that.
Like
You guess what? Lash out. That's it.
The FOD is like all you need is like fairy move plus drain punch.
Yeah.
That way you like hit everything.
Yeah.
But like it's like not great.
We also have a little bit of a situation with hazards here, because their hazards are basically Stealth Rocks on Donphan and Bronzong, which are good Stealth Rock setters, don't get me wrong. Then you have Spikes, only Meowscarada, which Meowscarada has already like 6 moves syndrome. It wants to run 6 different moves all the time, so how the fuck are you fitting that on most of the time? Then T-Spikes, again, Meowscarada and Toxicity, which, to be fair, can run T-Spikes, because it has like a 4th moveset that is very variable. Then you also have like Sticky Webs to like support your team speed-wise a little bit.
Slurpuff gets Sticky Webs?
Slurpuff gets Sticky Webs, yes.
I've learned something new today.
The basics why it gets Sticky Webs, it's a cupcake Pokemon, and cupcakes can get like the top of cupcakes can be sticky, like that's
it's
like the whole
cream
yeah, the
craze
cream
or whatever. Like
No, I see that. I see that.
Now then, defensive core. Let's look at the defensive core. Physically, we have Donphan Bronzong. Especially, we have Bronzong Vaporeon. And I guess Delphox. And then you also have like Oinkologne, I guess. So the defensive core basically consists of Bronzong, Donphan, Oinkologne, and Vaporeon.
It just screams very fuck it we ball type energy.
Yeah, it's like very fuck it we ball energy.
And it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's also not great. Like, I would say it's decent, but I would have preferred at least one top tier defensive mon instead of just picking up all the mid tier good mid tier defensive mons.
This team feels to me like a team full of like backup picks. Honestly.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Also have my faults for
It definitely. I actually.
summary.
So I would agree with that, except the Neuven and Donphan were definitely planned picks because I got them like pick round 3 and 4. And I was there like, yeah, a bit early, but fair enough if you want. I to be fair, I was actually kind of looking at Neuven at one point, like before he basically sent me that DM. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll take a Neuven off the table. But I was planning to get like round 5, 6 as like a fast frisk mon to like scout items and stuff, and also to be occasionally go boom burst, boom burst, boom burst.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Support wise, the team support is actually very good. Lots of momentum. We have 3 wish passers. We have a trick room mode for Donphan and Bronzong. We have some very good knockoff users. We have sticky webs that supports this team in the speed department as well. The support is probably the best thing this team has because it supports the rest. Like all of the support mods support the team very, very well. For example, also the wish on Vaporeon helps Donphan and Bronzong so immensely because Vaporeon's wish from a 130 HP stat will definitely heal up the Bronzong and Donphan very easily. Same with Oinkologne if he brings that.
I'd also say as well, I feel like not if Vaporeon gets healed, but like, I feel like does Slurpuff get aromatherapy? It feels like I want to get aromatherapy as well.
It does. I'm pretty sure it does. I can check.
But like Vaporeon gets healed off already.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like it does. Yeah, that's what I mean. But you also got on Slurpuff as well, so he has got options.
Yeah, it does.
You can actually.
It also gets heal bell.
Because I feel like. Because I feel like this is this is one of the few teams as well I see with Vaporeon where you can actually bring Vaporeon offensive and it will work as well, and you can get away with like bringing Slurpuff as the wish one as well. You can make offensive Vaporeon work. Trust, I actually swept someone before with Carmine stored power, acid armor, wish Vaporeon. Swept as well. It worked well. It was heat. It was in a rain team. I also bought Terror Frost last as well and beat a Iron Bundle with it.
Oh yeah, I forgot all the evolutions got like Calm Mind and Store Power now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Vaporeon gets acid armor as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's nasty.
Now then.
Sounds it.
Dark type, so.
Really quickly before I let you guys make your thoughts, I'm really quickly going to explain why I don't like this team personally. This team has exactly 2 mons that are above 13 points, which are Quaquaval and Meowscarada. This team is just a whole bunch of mid.
which is the point I was gonna bring up. I think this is like the most average team I've ever seen. You know, like it doesn't really excel anywhere. It doesn't really, but also like doesn't struggle anywhere. You know, like it's like
it's the Crystal Palace of football teams.
I don't know what that
yeah,
means.
Crystal Palace actually won the FA Cup. To be fair,
That's true.
Like
I would have loved if this team had some sort of like at least 1 or 2 more high tier Pokemons. Like you're basically collecting a squad of like there is 7 Pokemon on this team that are 10 points and below. 7.
but real trainers win with their favorites, not with the meta. So
I can relate to that.
No, okay, it's 6 Pokemon underneath 10. My bad. My point still stands.
Does it not even go over 10? Yeah, no, it goes over 10. I think with the
Pretty sure my team guilty is charged for that as well. Actually, no, it's not. Never mind.
Now then, you guys, you
can
bring out your thoughts.
I would have liked Toxtricity Terra as well. Maybe like drop Delphox
I
and
think-
Oinkologne and get Toxtricity.
Agreed.
I kind of agree. You can probably get a better normal type than Oinkologne, even with the ones that have been taken already. To be fair, I don't hate Delphox there. I also, to be fair, the speed gap's a bit of a problem as well. I will say this: I have just seen in BTL a team that is basically made of 3 Mons that are actually above like 13 points, and the rest of the team is 3 points and below. So I have seen this, but on a much grander scale. That seems funnier. But yeah, honestly, this feels like someone who wanted like every possible Swiss Army knife, and I think this team is. I will say the scariest part of this team is the Sorakasui, because with the amount of setup stuff they have, they can fake certain on setup and sweeping. So there is potential here. I just think it could have been better consolidated. But the idea is good. I think the idea is
my
good.
general thoughts are that this team really needs a physical like defense. Like Bronzong and Donphan are great, right? But like, there's only so much they can do compared to like an overall tank. Because I mean, most of their Pokemon are quite very glass cannon-y in terms of frailness. Look at Zoroark, Hisui, and fucking Vaporeon. But like, I just think this team could really benefit with like a physical defender that can put in a bit of damage as well. And again, Teratoxicity would very much benefit their shit.
Personally, I would like to see.
Never know.
I would prefer if they dropped Noivern completely, picked up some other like flying type. You don't necessarily need the dragon typing, but just pick up a different flying type and put the Terra on Tox.
Agreed. How much is Noivern points wise?
12 points Terra wise, which is the same as Tox.
Yeah, no, I dropped Noivern and Oikolong and find a better Pokemon for both of them.
Like in Noivern's natural tier, which is 10 points, there's like some other flying types you can use that probably benefit you more. Like there is probably like for example, there's a Crowbat or a Tornadus incarnate. Even if you like go down a tier, there's some flying types that could be better than what you currently have. But hey, if you want to rock with it. Miles drafts weird teams and he makes them work somehow.
Like I don't hate it. It's just like kind of mid across the board. It's kind of poetic that it's at like number 9, like just about like halfway.
Yeah. Now then, let's go to the next tier, which is Rena. Give me fucking Empoleon.
There they go.
As you can see, the Terra captains are Empoleon, frowny face,
And Sinistcha.
Fuck Sinistcha.
Yeah, can we Terra ban Sinistcha next season? Because it's just dishonest, It's anti-fun.
We can raise its Terra points by like 4. So it's a 60. Like we can make it a 16-point Terra captain if you want to.
Like it's not that good. It's just fucking annoying, isn't it? Like
yeah.
Oh god, I'm sick of it.
Now then, let's get into the team. Basics. Typings wise, they have every important typing they need, because fire typing is not technically a necessary typing. It is nice to have as like another fairy resisting type, but it is not necessary. Speed tiers. Speed tiers look pretty good. There is no like gaps that are atrocious, so everything's pretty fine. Like if you had added a fire type to that, it would probably be a little better, but I don't mind the team in general, like how it is right now. For the basics. Offensive core. Physically, you have Mega Gallade, you have Enamorous, you have Landorus Therian, and you have King Gambit. Especially, you have Enamorous, again, Landorus Therian, again, you have Sinistcha, you have Empoleon, and you have a Bellibolt. And yes, Bellibolt is a special attacker, because Electromorphosis, or whatever the fucking ability is called, makes it dangerous.
A Sizzle would like this team. A Sizzle could be really nice against this team. Just initial thoughts, sorry.
I mean, probably, yeah. Then for hazards, we have Stealth Rocks, we have Lando, we have King Gambit, with Empoleon, which King Gambit doesn't like running rocks, but the other two do. So that's not bad. And then we have, for spikes and T-spikes, it's just regular old Quillfish. That's all. I've told, like, even though Arena didn't want to give me the Empoleon, I did tell them they need to pick up a Spiker. I didn't think the Spiker was going to be Quillfish, but it kind of works here, so it's fine.
Yeah, I like it as a pick.
Then for the defensive core, defensively we have a pretty nice core. We have a Lando. We have a Lando which balances very well from Empoleon. Also a reason why I wanted Empoleon, because I have a Gliscor. And yeah, basically every weakness that Lando has, Empoleon resists. And vice versa.
Rena, if you're watching this, I want you, when you bring in Empoleon, to name it every week Ben's Empoleon.
Oh, please. Oh my god.
That's cruel.
Yes, but funny.
Then you have a Quillfish.
I fuck with that.
You have Quillfish defensively. You have Bellybolt defensively. You have Sinistcha defensively. Sinistcha also very good on this team as a defensive piece, because as we can see, this team is very, very ground weak. While they do have 2 flying types, these flying types can obviously be hit by some coverage moves, but we then again have Sinistcha, which just helps this defensive load a lot as well. Especially with Terra, it's going to be very annoying to deal with as well.
I will say this actually on the ground weakness thing. Sinistcha is often going to be tearing out a grass type, so actually I don't know if Sinistcha helps towards the ground weakness that much.
I mean,
I don't know how much they're tearing in Empoleon. They might tear it a fair bit, but I feel like Sinistcha tearing actually goes away on the defense course slightly, only because Sinistcha often goes into Terra Steel, Terra Fairy, or sometimes even Terra Poison. Like,
yeah. And then, like, we have some, like, niche support, like, monster can take a hit. Like, Cyclosa, for example, while not a bulky Pokemon, it can take a hit and get out with regen. And then, obviously, like, King Gambit can take physical hits if they are not fighting-type moves. Like, there's even some AV King Gambit sets that can be used. I know a lot about King Gambit. This is probably not the best King Gambit team. I'm gonna be real. But hey, go for it.
It's not the worst one either.
Yeah.
there are some worse.
The reason why defensive core is also a little bit lower, because while you do have removal, Lando normally doesn't like running removal, because Lando already is like killing to have like 6 move slots. Empoleon can run it very well, and Cyclosa can run it very well.
And usually runs stealth books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Empoleon sometimes also has like 4 move slots in her, because for one, you want the Scald, you want the Roost, you want the Flip Turn, and so like you want a coverage move sometimes to like specific ones. So sometimes you don't want to run the defog as well, where you can swap around the defog between Lando and Empoleon, obviously. But I feel like Cyclosa is gonna come more often than you want it to. Yeah. And then to the support, the support's pretty ass. Can't even lie. Hazard support is okay. There's no wish. There is a little bit of momentum. Like you have 4 momentum mons, technically 5 with teleport Gallade, but again Gallade's probably not clicking teleport that often, because Gallade also has 4 move slot syndrome. And then you have healing wish, I guess. You have a lot of knockers, but you don't have a wish.
I also can't imagine Gallade clicking Trick Room anytime soon.
Yeah. You don't have wish, which is, to be fair, not too bad, because most of your defensive Pokemon actually get recovery. But like, there's definitely stuff that could be improved upon, like support wise. Like, for example, this team also would appreciate like viable TV wave spam that is not from Bellybolt.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, kind of.
Anyways, give me Empoleon, and now the other people, your thoughts.
Well, it's like I would like Terra Bellybolt on this team, maybe instead of Empoleon. I feel like that would do a lot for it. Like it makes it easier to bring the Bellybolt as well, because it's like pretty much only electric moves, and it has like water moves, but it's not gonna outspeed and Oko a ground type in return. And the fact there are like 2 flying types, but neither of them have like a flying type move, I'm also not a big fan of.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it's just kind of rough because flying's pretty good into this team, I guess. Like I can
I
Gambit
see
and
that.
Empoleon stop it, but like it's like some pretty easy coverage to get. I feel like a fighting move.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm.
It's definitely not bad though. It's a good team.
Yeah, it's a good team. You can't complain. I'm just mad that they took Empoleon from me.
Yeah. I think Ben is very salty over that, so you should rub salt in the wound and call it Ben's Empoleon.
I don't have much more thoughts. Has already been said, honestly.
I just think, actually, no, I've got a better name for it, Rena. Name it hashtag blame Ben.
Be even
Alright.
better, just don't bring it ever.
No.
Let it sit
Don't
on
use it.
bench.
That would be a funny show, like. Just don't ever bring it. Just say, like, I want it, so Ben can't have it.
That would
And then
make me so
trade it to
fucking
someone
mad.
else who doesn't. Trade it to
Trade it on the
someone who
last
doesn't
week
need
as
it.
well. Yeah.
Trade it in the last minute of
Trade
trade
it-
deadline where I'm probably asleep.
Trade it to Juby as well. Trade it to Juby.
Don't trade it to Juby.
Trade it to Roy.
Nah, you should trade it to whoever
Ben would
plays
fuck
Ben
out
that
of it.
week, and then do infinite like player trades between whoever plays him.
So everybody can use
So he's always
Empoleon
against
against
it.
me.
Yeah. New rule of the league. I'm gonna edit the doc now to say everyone can use Empoleon against Ben.
Bruh. Anyways, yeah, that is number
This
8,
poor guy.
Rena. And with number 7, Blue. Hamburger and Roy did not like this team as much as I did for some reason.
We're haters.
Yeah. Let's get into it. There is one important typing missing. It's the flying type. But you have 2 levitators and 2 grass types that can take a ground hit, so it's not even that bad, honestly. Of course, you would.
Yeah, actually,
Like having a flying type is always
Fine.
better, but it's not too bad.
I would say this is one of the few teams where I don't see a flying type, but I think it's fine. Like I don't think they need a flying type. They've covered it well enough.
There's a big gap though in the speed tier department. It's from 86 to 50.
This is
36
where
points.
I rank the basics. This is where I rank the basics very low because oh my god, is it free real estate for so many mons to just run adamant, modest, and not even have to worry about any speed. They can just because even Rote and Wash often is not running speed, so you don't need to worry about Rote and Wash. Bramble Gas is Bramble Gas, so you can get a lot of mods can get away with not even having to worry about speed. They can just bulk their HP out and bulk their attacks out.
Now then, the offensive core. Physically, we have Azov, Zarud, Bramblegast, Mudsdale, and Melmetal, and technically also the Yancy. Especially, we have Iron Bundle again, the Azov. Then we have Rotomosh, we have the Yancy again, and we have Slow King Galar. A pretty good offensive core. You also have a pretty nice hazard supporting cast. I do think some of the offense is a little similar. For example, Zarud and Bramblegast's offense is very similar to each other. And then like some mons need setup, obviously like the Yancy needs setup, and Slowking most likely is not running the offense that often. Same with Mudsdale.
I'll say this. I don't think you bring Bramblegas to be offensive. I think you bring Bramblegas to have to put spikes down and to spin, and that's it. So Rude is coming to be offensive. I don't think Bramblegas. I think Bramblegas, if anything, will come like speedy and defensive sets. But I don't think it's coming to like hit hard.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe
I can see
maybe
that.
choice ban Poltergeist some weeks.
Now to the defensive core. The defensive core is Slowking Galar, Rotom Wash, Mudsdale, Melmetal, Diancie, and you can technically count Zarud or Bramblegas to that if you want to. And there's some mons that balance off each other pretty well. For example, Rotom Wash and Slowking do balance off each other pretty well. Then there's like obviously the combination of Like that is a route also covers for Slowking's weaknesses. You have a you actually took one of the best Melmetal checks in Rotom Wash and put it on your team, which is pretty cool. But the reason the defense, of course, not as high is you have one Defogger and one Spinner. And the Spinner is not coming every week, so it's basically Rotom Wash is forced to run Defog every week.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why I ranked it so low, because I don't particularly rate Bramblegas.
And also means you can't really run a choice move on Rotom either, whether that's your choice scarfs or choice specs.
Yeah, unless you want like hazards being stacked against you.
Exactly.
I mean, it could be worse. Because Rotom is very reliable defog, but you probably want at least another defogger or another spinner. Now then, support-wise, you have sadly no wish support, which Melmetal, Mudsdale, Diancie, and Rotom Wash would all very much appreciate. But you have some other points that are very good for support. For one, you have Chili Reception, aka Snow, for Iron Bundle, which helps it in the defensive department a lot. Like Iron Bundle's physical defense stat is not low, it's 114. And then you add to that Snow, so it will actually be able to take physical hits pretty fucking well. You have a great Trick Room mode with Diancie, Mudsdale, Melmetal, Slowking, Galar. You have a good amount of momentum for your team, and obviously, like, Hazard supporting this team offensively is very good as well.
Yeah, honestly, I think the support's really good on this. I especially like the Trick Room mode. I think I get what they're going for, which is a Trick Room mode with a fast offensive mode. Which the consequence of that is that massive speed gap. But there is definitely a plan for a Trick Room mode here.
Yeah. Now then, your guys' thoughts.
As someone who's also running Trick Room in his team, I can very much appreciate Melmetal here. I think Melmetal and Trick Room teams is just like, I love it, man. Just slap double Iron Bash on there. It just fucking wreaks havoc. And Rotom Wash as well. As you mentioned previously, Rotom Wash is like the ultimate Melmetal check, in my opinion anyway. And, pardon me, having it on your team obviously prevents other people from having it on their team, which I think is a dub, personally.
I agree. I think the main weakness for this team is going to be Ghost types. Ghost types are causing them a bit of a problem. But otherwise, I think this is a solid team. It's just that I will say that they really do need to be very much mindful of a lot of monsters can run a lot more bulk than they seem on a showdown calc, and a lot more attack or special attack than a showdown calc would normally say. So bear that in mind in prep.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with Terra Diancie, but like I don't really see a different one they could have put Terra on. So
I love Terra Diancie. Terra Diancie's sick. I actually rate Terra Diancie.
not for me, but I get the appeal.
It's a very good versatile mon and can really sweep, especially in Trick Room. In Trick Room, that is a threat. Meteor Beam sets especially.
Terabyte, any hater
No,
thoughts?
I fuck with
Well, like all the special damage is pretty much coming out of Iron Bundle and Azov, which might be a little bit unreliable.
Fair.
But like other than that, it's pretty solid across the board, I think.
I love Mystical Power Spam. My favorite.
Yeah, but Azov itself is not that bulky, so that's what.
I will add to this. If they're running Trick Room modes, they have the potential to run offensive Slowking Galar and offensive Diancie, which can hit, especially Slowking Galar. That thing, when it's modest, hit with Life Orb hits a lot harder than you think it would.
Yeah, but you
yeah,
see
no,
this
that
team
is scary in this team.
like you see this team and like instantly like there's a lot of like taunt potential, you know, like Mudsdale, Rotom, Diancie, like Slowking. Like there's a lot of stuff you would like to run taunt for. So I feel like getting Trick Room up might be like a bit tricky for them.
Yeah.
Good shout.
But
Good pun.
I'm sure they'll make it work.
I can see this team making playoffs, honestly. I think this team will go quite far.
Yeah, Bloop's also a
I
very
like
good
this team.
player, so nice hater thoughts.
Yeah.
Next team.
I hope you hit your hydros.
I just want to add on the last team.
boy.
I think when they add the Empoleon, when they face Ben, they'll be even better.
Shut up. Anyway, the guy that made the Empoleon snipe happen, Dawson, aka Haunt.
Ooh, I love this team.
It's unique.
Really quickly, to explain how he made the Empoleon snipe happen, he left a pick with me. Samurott Hisui specifically. I told him, if I am sniped off my next mon, I will take the Samurott. The person that is after him has not picked yet, so he goes and pings Patepick, yo, can I change my pick? I didn't see that. Pate let him change his pick. He then changed to Samurott Hisui, which Rina originally wanted, over the Empoleon. And then Rina took the Empoleon.
So really, you should be hating on
Unbelievable.
Horn. You shouldn't be hating on Empoleon. You shouldn't be hating on Rina. You should be hating on Horn, to be honest.
To be fair, also another reason, Rina said they would give me the Empoleon if Samurott Hisui and Iron Crown were available. Samurott is available. Haunt did drop the Iron Crown for a little bit, but then he fraudulently picked it back up.
So you're saying he has gone back on what you said like 2 more times? Is basically what you're saying?
Maybe.
Ben has been stabbed in the
Bro.
back more than Julius Caesar. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck? Anyways, let's get into the team. He's missing some typings. The only essential one I would say is Ghost, but he has enough fighting and normal resists for it to not matter. Fire type could be nice here, grass type could be nice here, but not completely necessary. Speed tiers wise, no really big gaps to see here. It's all very solid, like nothing really to complain here. Could we have paid the basics higher? Yes, but there's a removal problem, which we'll get into later.
And your water type is Politoad. Or like Blastoise, I guess, but that's not
Have a
really-
Palpitoad as well.
So
kind of on the Blastoise clicking buttons, you know?
for offense, we have physically Tapu Koko, Iron Boulder, Garchomp, Pinsir, and Mega Blastoise. Especially we have Tapu Koko again, Iron Jugulis, Iron Crown, Blastoise again, and Vikavolt. Pretty good. Pretty good
Sorry.
offensive core. You also have hazards to support that. It's mostly going to be Chomp on hazard duty, so because you're not bringing the other 3 rockers a lot, and Weezing can carry the T-Spikes, but it's probably not doing that often. The reason the offensive core is as high as it is because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 Mons that are better in electric terrain.
I was going to say, I really fuck with the E-Terrain synergy here.
Yeah. Then you also have Mega Blastoise, which can use electric terrain pulse. And Vikavolt obviously also, like... Vikavolt is, like, in a weird situation where it could technically benefit from the E-Terrain, but it's levitating, so it doesn't.
Just got rising voltage. Any knowers?
Oh, it does get rising voltage, so I guess that's cool, yeah. Yeah, and then you, like... Terra Iron Jugulis is obviously amazingly strong in E-Terrain.
That's really scary, honestly.
Yeah. Then you have now we get to the defensive core, and that's where like a little bit of the issues start to come up. Your defensive core is Terra Vikavolt, Wigglytuff, Weezing Galar, Mega Blastoise, and Iron Crown, and Garchomp. Why is this an issue? You have some Mons that need to cover specific things a bit too much. I feel like you're very reliant on Blastoise and Iron Crown defensively because you can't bring Weezing every game, you can't bring Wigglytuff every game. Like, it will be a little rough for defenses. Also, another reason the defenses are as low as they are is the removal problem. Why do I call this removal a problem? You have 2 Defog and a Spinner, it should be fine. You don't want to get rid of your own terrain with Defog. Like, basically, the only viable removal for this team is the Blastoise. So you're forcing it to be spin every week. Or you just get cucked by hazards. Your choice.
Yeah.
But it kind
Because
of
you can't bring Defog Coco and you can't bring Defog Gala Weezing.
Exactly.
Well, you can, but it's bad.
This team is crying out for another spinner.
Agreed.
And then for the support, it's basically E-Terrain support, of course, which gets the team so as high as it is, because the other support is Knockoff from Pinsir.
Yep.
And Wish from Wigglytuff.
Don't diss on Pinsir. Pinsir's awesome.
Pinsir's awesome.
Actually,
but
Iron Jugglers can run knockoff too.
how often do you see Iron Jugglers run knockoff?
You got me there. You got me there.
Okay.
At this point, I think Royce is ready.
The only reason support
It
is
It wasn't
high.
actually rage, mate. I just learned today it got knockoff. Looking at the screen, that's literally why I knew it got knockoff.
So the only reason support is as high as it is Coco. Like, that's all. That's literally it. Because Wigglytuff is not a reliable support Pokemon.
I will say this as well. They do have. I will give them a tiniest bit of credit. Does Wigglytuff get dual screens?
Coco.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I was going to say it doesn't matter if it doesn't because Coco gets dual screens. So Coco can often run screen sets to enable setup sweeps as well.
Yeah. This team is
Then
very
technically,
like
they can run double terrain as well if they want to give Mega Blasters even more coverage with Terrain Pulse.
Yeah. This team is very good.
What's scary?
This team, what's scary about this team is it can work outside of terrain. Now then.
Yeah, I see it.
Your thoughts, guys.
I'm on the campo actually. I don't know I think it's still a good team, but I think it definitely is a lot weaker outside of terrain. I think if you take terrain away, it can definitely be a lot more manageable.
Yeah.
I think they also struggle with a Trick Room team as well.
I think Steel Roller could be an issue in this team if used right.
Yeah.
Because because that just insta fucking kills what? Fucking Boulder. It could probably do quite a lot of damage to Jugglers. Can do a lot to Coco. Like that could be a very scary move into this team if the opponent plans that.
Yeah, definitely.
I also do legitimately think you could literally combine Wigglytuff, Pinsir, and Purple Toad into an actual mon to have a second rocker, rather than having. What does Pinsir do? I don't know what Pinsir does.
Pinsir feels like
Pinsir's there for vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pinsir feels like I like Pinsir, so I'm going to use them type mon.
Oh, I'm fine with that then. I get Palpitoad. Palpitoad's like a Swordmon because they're quite water weak. Wigglytuff is there to basically try and beat Ben's Dragapult, even though Ben's going to bring Steel Wing anyway.
He specifically said he will draft a Wigglytuff just for my Dragapult.
Just don't bring the Dragapult for that game.
So what we're saying now is Dawson has now tried to fuck with your team in 4 different ways. He is really going. He's really after you, Ben.
Yeah,
I think
for some reason. Jakoto's not here anymore. He needs a new target for some reason.
Anyway, I really wanted to fuck Emilio.
If you wait long enough, he'll just drop the Wigglytuff anyway. Like.
Anyways, Tara, any hater thoughts?
I feel like your Coco's a bit like inflexible on this team. Like it's gonna be like terrain extender, like half the time now.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like you start looking at calcs and you're like, oh, if I'm like choice band boulder with terrain up, I do well into this, and then like you can't really run screens on it. I feel like because then you're wasting your electric terrain turns. And if you have light clay, you don't have enough electric terrain turns to like enable the sweep. So you have to end up running like booster energy anyway.
Which then defeats the whole purpose. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like it could work. Like it'll all be like depend on how he plays it.
Yeah. But that is number 6, Dawson, aka Han. Which brings us to number 5. Sobeerus. This is
a new player?
A new player, yeah. They are a German or Austrian, as far as I know.
Yeah, didn't ask.
To the basics. Every typing is filled out. No type you necessarily need. Speed tiers are fine. They're 87 to 100 might look like a gap, but it is not, because the difference needs to be 14 to be a gap. And in this case, it is not a problematic gap. Problem is, while the basics aren't higher, hazards setting and hazard removal, you can see the issues there, which I will get into later. Now then, for the offensive core. Offensively, physically, you have Victini, Great Tusk, Mega Venusaur. Especially, you have Darkrai, Victini, Mega Venusaur. You can see where the issues stand with the offense.
Yeah.
Basically,
the fact that Tusk is their only like real physical attacker could be kind of
Victini
bad.
as well, but
Yeah, but
Well, yeah,
Victini-
he's great first.
Victini's been getting power crept for like 3 gens now.
Oh, I agree, but Victini is at least a decent one backer wise. But that even is especially offensive as well. Like they do lack offense on this team.
Yeah. They also like hazard setting wise. They only have rock. Like they don't have a lot to support their offense lacking team. Now to the good part though, the defense. Defensively, we have Great Tusk, we have Mega Venusaur, we have Corviknight, we have Clefable, and we have a Terragelicent. That's a
Really
nasty
good.
ass defensive core. Like, what are you doing into that defensive core?
Crying.
Getting rocks up.
The reason this is not a 10 is two things. You have one switch into flying types, which is Corviknight. You have one switch into ground types, which is Corviknight. You have one switch into rock type moves and rocks, which is Great Tusk. And your removals, only Tusk and Corviknight, which is arguably the best Rapid Spinner and best defogger in the game. But backups are always nice to have.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna have two though, this kind of works. This is basically like my argument with like Moltres and Iron Treads, but just slightly upgraded. Like these are two. At least if it's gonna be these two, it's better. They're good.
But then your Tusk is also like one of your only 2 rockers, so it like gets
That's
like,
a big.
like shoehorn into being a defensive piece instead.
That's a bigger problem for me.
Dare I say, by the way, I think I prefer the last team overall to this team.
I agree.
I don't like this team personally that much.
I don't either.
It's way too defensive in my mind. But if on our ranking system, it's good. Do I like it? No. But on the ranking system, it's good.
I mean, in like a long game, like this team's gonna be really good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because talking about the long game as well, all of the defensive Pokemon except for Great Tusk get some sort of recovery, and Great Tusk can be greatly supported in the recovery department by Wish Clefable. By the way, the person who said balls was Emilio. You can all ping him and call him out. Just mass ping him.
He has tiny balls.
Nobody's gonna be watching except like this person right here at this point. Like we're too deep into the episode. No one's gonna watch this.
Guys, if you're watching at this point, ping Emilio saying, Emilio, you have tiny balls and you're a bottom.
Yes, please do. The support on this team is great again. While there's not a lot of hazard support, we have Wish from Clefable. You have shit ton of knockoff. You have Parting Shot. You have two good U-turners. You have Sticky Webs, which can support this team a little bit. And you have also a lot of stuff that can be like spam. You have a Prankster Grafaiai, which can help with like obviously statusing stuff. Then you have Clefable, which loves to spread status. Anyways, you have Jellicent, which can strength sap stuff, heal itself, and make some stuff weaker. The support is pretty good. Now then, thoughts, guys?
I think Grafaiai is actually like a really underrated mon. Like as a prankster guy and as a like Poison Point is really good on it. Unburdened is really good on it. Like an SD set. If you're playing the electric terrain team, for example, like you just get your Unburden procced and you SD, and then like it might be just kind of GG. You know, like I don't know. I'm a big Grafaiai believer.
No, I see it.
I'm a
Could be nice,
fire
maybe.
hater.
Cock, and balls.
I can also just do this.
That's true. So Emilio has a tiny cock and balls, very tiny, like so tiny. You know Chi Yu, like actual size Chi Yu. His penis is smaller than that.
She was small in game.
Yeah, Chi Yu is
I
like
think-
about 0.3 centimeters.
What I love about this team is Charger Bug. I fuck with Charger Bug. I think that's really funny with the Terror as well. Just slap an Aviolite on that shit, and you can probably get sticky webs off, guaranteed.
My main
I just Charger Bug's funny.
I like Charge Bug. I would say my main thoughts on this are that Great Tusk honestly should be more freed up to basically be offensive and do like great work. For example, if it was facing a Morpeko and an Iron Bundle, you want it to be able to close combat the shit out of those two with Choice Scarf.
By the way, for anybody wondering, Emilio and Dakota have joined.
Making a small cameo. I got like 3 minutes of break left.
All right, Jakarta, how are you today, dudes?
I'm doing good. Okay, fine.
That's nice.
Emilio,
Amelia, do you have anything to add other than cock and balls?
you're not server muted anymore.
Oh shit. Hi guys. I'm going back to org server. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Get out!
Alright, anyways, this was number 5, Siberius. Let's go on to number 4, which is BGC. And BGC loves his Terror Stack Attacker, and he's picked it back up, so it's gonna be nasty. Now then, for the basics, BGC has every important typing except for Ghost, but he has enough fighting and normal resist for it not to matter. He has setting and he has removal, so that's also pretty fine. Spiker could be appreciated, but I will get into that in the offensive core. He has 2 mons that will reliably set rocks, which are Crook and Jirachi. A Spiker could very much be appreciated because spikes are just very good in this meta. And then we have the offense, of course. Physically, we have Crocodile, we have Mega Altaria, and we have Stakataka. Especially, we have Torn-T, we have Jirachi, which can also be physical. We have Mega Altaria again, and we have Armor Rouge. You might have mentioned that I have not mentioned a mon that is at the top of the speed list because it's a fraud mon, and I'm not going to name it.
They're always not a fraud.
Oh, brother, not this guy. Oh, no. Oh, man. When are we gonna learn? It's the worst electric type is here. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, this offense is obviously very hard carried by Stack Attacker with Terra in Trick Room. Armor Rouge with Terra is also very amazing. Obviously, the offensive core would be a little higher if there were spikes and some more reliably hard-hitting attackers, because some of the attackers BGC has do need setup to be very threatening, or like a Choice Specs or Choice Band. To the defensive core. Defensively, we have some good mons. We have Jirachi and Tentacruel. We have a Mega Altaria. We have a Torn-T. And the Torn-T helps a lot here because it kind of helps with the big ground weakness. Same with Whimsicott, although Whimsicott is not that bulky. But the Torn definitely helps because if you look at the type chart, it is basically weakness, 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 and then there's 1 resist and 1 immunity. So the Torn more often than not will probably be like a supportive or defensive set here, which I don't think is too bad. You also have pretty good removal. You have a very reliable defogger in Torn. You have 2 backup defoggers, and you have a very reliable spinner in Tentacruel. Now for the support, obviously this team has Wish support, and it has a lot of Trick Room support for the Stack Attacker, for the Greedent, and for the Armor Rouge. Armor Rouge might be, some people might say, hey, Armor Rouge is too fast for Trick Room. Armor Rouge can carry room service, and then it's good enough for Trick Room. Then we obviously have like a good ton of knockoff support. We have some decent momentum as well. This team's support is very, very great, especially the Trick Room support, because obviously the Stack Attack is the main event guy on this team. Yeah, any thoughts, guys? Guys?
My main thoughts on this team are, I mean, they've got a forward one in Sarah, but I think it kind of works there. The ground weakness is a bit iffy. I would say
Yeah, I
the
was
one
going to
main
mention that.
Yeah, the main thing I noticed this team is, and it's a bit of a nitpick, is the going from 75 to 20. And whilst I do love Greedent is the best. Greedent is God. I could maybe maybe one more Slowmon, maybe one Slowmon to pair with Stack Attack and Trick Room in the right matchup, because obviously Stack Attacker can set its own Trick Room. Because
Agreed.
really, their Trick Room mode is Stack Attacker, nothing else, which is fine. I don't think it's bad, but maybe one other Slowmon.
Yeah, like a Blood Moon or something.
Yeah, but
Like
it doesn't have to be like a pack. Or actually, honestly, something like low tier, like Crabominable or something like that. Just a low tier one
but
as
you
well.
need
That's fine.
you need like a special breaker, I think.
Okay, yeah. A
Maybe.
Loneliness Executor. That works. That's the first thing
Yeah,
comes
one
to
of the
mind.
executors could work, yeah.
That'd be good for the ground weakness as well.
Or even like
I
an
don't know,
well, Ampharos Mega
Definitely
doesn't
see.
work because they already have Mega Altaria, but yeah.
And you don't need
Okay.
another ground weakness.
Drop my Altaria. It's
Get Cursola.
That'd
That's
be a
actually not
shout.
the worst. That's actually a fun shout.
I think that'd be a really good thing into our team, man.
Yeah. Okay, Harry, any thoughts for you?
Fucking Roy stole what I was going to say anyway, so just kind of what you said.
Okay, Terabyte, now time for the hated thoughts.
I'd like a slower special breaker. I don't think he needs it. Maybe. Actually, no. Yeah, maybe spikes would be nice. Because Stack Attack is pretty strong, but he still needs a little bit more of a little bit chip on most teams to really get going. Maybe some offhand psychic terrain would be nice for Armor Rouge, like an Ndidi or something. Yeah, but otherwise, I like this team. It's pretty good.
Roy, you need to
Yeah,
drag somebody into this chat. They will
Yeah,
join
I
the
know.
VC.
Drag someone in. Let me do that now. Seconds. Who is it I'm dragging now?
He is an active one in the D&D thing.
Oh, okay. There we go. It's our favourite twink.
Hello.
Hey, did you? Right?
We've now
Your
had
team-
three cameos. We have had Emilia, Dakota, now we have Ordinary here. Say hello, Ordinary.
Yeah.
Ordinary, your team's about to
Hi.
come up. You're just in time.
Oh, really?
I spoil it.
I would say
Actually-
Ordinary is probably our best cameo so far.
The team that is at number 3 is Zeoros team. That's how you pronounce it.
Ooh,
German.
Terra Gorbis.
This is a
I
rain
like
team.
the speed tiers a lot.
What did I just hear? Someone just go, "Oh, Terra Gorbis, hello."
Yep.
I fuck with that. I think that's really fucking
You
cool.
stop that right now.
Is
Okay.
this rage rate?
no.
The 2 out of 10 rage
No.
rate. Try again.
Harry, glaze the low tier. I'm pro glazing low tiers.
Now then, let's get into the team. This is a rain team, very obviously. Basics-wise, it actually has every important typing, even though it's a rain team, and it has filled them out pretty well. Even the speed tiers aren't that bad. Even the 85 to 100 gap isn't that bad,
Yeah, it's
because
pretty
only
good.
Pokemon at
It's pretty
99 and 98 speed will run Modest or Adamant. And there's not a lot of Mons and Del specific speed tiers, so it's pretty fine. And the rest obviously works as well. Some Mons obviously get a boost in rain. But yeah, they do have removal and setting. I will get into that in a little bit. Why that is a little weird.
Fucking many.
Overquill
What
is
the
not
fuck is
setting.
that?
as a Terra captain.
So for offensive core, offensively they have Overquill, they have Dracovish, they have Gallade, and they have Scizor for physical attack, and for special attack they have Ribombee, Superior, Zapdos, Gorbis, and Palossand.
I feel like Zapdos is like the only real one there. Not gonna lie. Maybe Ribombee.
The thing is,
Superior's a fraud.
technically Gorbis is pretty strong in a rain team because it gets Shell Smash and Swift Swim.
I need you to stop talking right now.
Wait. You might be right.
Gorbis
You
is
might
cool,
be
man. I will glaze Gorbis.
This guy has made a bet with Gorbis. He said he can get 12 kills with Gorbis.
Ah.
That's
I
a
can
lot.
see it.
I'll get a juicy punishment on this one. Like
I mean,
Like,
he
That's
just
dedication.
he
have
just needs to get three
PayPal bend
sweeps.
20 euros or something. That has to be the punishment.
20 euros.
That's crazy.
Pay for Roy's losses at the next poker tournament.
Damn.
No, that you're
Yeah,
no,
fund
you'll be done
Roy's
for.
gambling addiction. That should be the punishment.
Why is the offensive core not higher? Immediate special attacking is a little weak, except for Zapdos.
Yeah.
And the hazard setting is very weak. You only have one rocker and one spiker/T-spiker, and that one specifically
That
is
one is
rain
never
sweeper
running
for you.
spikes. Yeah, and it's your Terra captain. So
And you don't want to be running,
take
what, fucking spikes, toxic spikes, rain dance, and then just one attacking move.
it. You're missing out on too much if you're on spikes.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be fun.
You do have like
Like-
you do have sticky webs, but I don't think you need sticky webs on our aim team. I'm gonna be very real.
That's kind of badass though. It's kind of badass. I gotta admit, it's kind of.
I fuck with
Yeah,
it.
Badass.
I don't know what Rabombi's do. Rabombi's actually a mono change. I don't think you need Rabombi here.
I think he's a special attacker, honestly.
A
Yeah.
different one, yeah.
Honestly, I agreed.
But this team actually doesn't have, like, obviously the offense would like to have more hazards, but this team doesn't have that big of a problems with not having hazards, because jumping into the defense, this team has 5 defoggers.
That's more than you need.
I will say on this team, Zapdos is coming offensively all the time, so that's fine. Serp is a bit of a bad defog. Rabombi's a bit of a bad defog, but you have Scizor and Pelipper who can both fit. Because Pelipper could just fit defog on every week.
Yeah.
So
Honestly,
honestly,
you have
like,
type shit here.
No,
yeah,
your
honestly, the
Pelipper,
defogs are fine.
your Pelipper can't fit defog because he needs
Sometimes Pelipper
damp
wants to
rock,
be
and
offensive.
then he takes rocks damage.
That's
So
true.
you can still fit defog on. Defog, Roost, U-turn, one attack, whether
I don't think it's
Hurricane. Use your
I
Hurricane.
honestly don't think it's a good defogger though. I just think it doesn't have any other moves it wants to run besides defog.
Oh,
I don't
no,
think-
exactly, but it's defog for free. Scizor can fit defog easily on this team as well.
I think Rabombi just needs to go.
Yeah, I agree. The webs are a little overkill, even though it's kind of badass.
Serp's mostly going to be here to glare
Yeah.
bullshit.
The rest of the defensive core it's a Palossand, which is pretty interesting in rain. To have a Palossand in rain, it gets water compaction, but I don't know what, like, I don't think it's the most reliable ground type you could have gotten.
But it's not
shit.
immune to water, right? It just gets a
No,
boost from it.
Just gets a boost. It's
So
not
shit.
immune.
It gets a defense based, yeah.
I'd
Yeah, but if you
actually-
get
not
water
like
move
well-baked
in the
body,
rain,
it's
you're
bullshit.
cooked, bro.
Yeah.
This
Yeah, I know.
honestly, I would drop the Terraform Ordino and put it on Palossand because then Palossand could become Terra
Completely
Water in some
agreed.
matchups.
The thing is, I
And
think
then
he
it
cannot
basically
afford
gets
Terra Palossand.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I think too.
Yeah, because Terra Palossand
Drop
is,
Rabombi.
I think, 8 points, and he only has 1 Terra point left.
Drop for Bombi, grab Diancie. Boom. Easy.
Diancie's already on the
Yeah,
another
Durant's
team,
already
buddy.
talked about.
Anyways, for the defensive core, we have Zapdos, which can run defense, Pelipper, Scizor, Audino, Palossand, and they all work pretty well together. You can run defensive Dracovish. You probably won't because it's Dracovish in the rain. You're gonna want to click Fisher's Rend, Fisher's Rend, Fisher's Rend.
Mm-hmm.
But you could if you really wanted to.
He does have free will.
And then
Does have
and then we have to
I hope so.
And then we have to support. Obviously, there's a lot of momentum on this team. We have 4 Mons with U-turn. We have a Mon with teleport. We have we have 1 Mon with baton pass. We even have technically a trick room mode, but not a lot of Mons actually use the trick room mode. We have good knockoff Mons. We have Wish from Audino, which is actually pretty cool because Audino, like Alamomola, can wish and just switch out because it heals itself with regen.
Yeah, that's quite a cool tag.
Yeah, the hazard support is obviously not that good, but the main point about this team is why the support is as high as it is Rain. Rain enables this team very much. Like Rain helps Scizor because Scizor's only weakness in fire gets reduced. Dracovish
That
gets
was going to be
strong-
my point.
Yeah, Dracovish gets
Scizor is
stronger.
like
Zapdos cannot miss its moves anymore. Overquill gets
Scizor used to
faster.
pray for times
Gorbis
like
gets
this, man.
faster. Like this team,
Very unique Rain team.
it's a very unique Rain team.
Yeah,
and
I think it's unique, but good.
But I think it's good because they also have pieces that work outside of Rain. Like they have a regular they have a Gallade, they have a Zapdos which can obviously work outside of Rain. Scizor can work outside of Rain. Then they have like some supporting pieces like Audino and Palisand. Would I have preferred a few better mons? Yes, I don't think
Yeah,
Ravani
like
and
clean up the
Superior
low
fit
tiers.
that
I
well
feel
here.
like.
And also Palisand is weird. You could probably swap some mons around there, but I think this team, for what it is and what it wants to achieve, works.
I'll say this,
True.
like, this is, out of the Rain teams I've seen, because I haven't seen the Rain team in Clodsire, this is the best Rain team. Slight spoiler for the other videos. This is the best Rain team so far.
Spoiler.
Now then, Harry and Roy, any thoughts about the team?
My thoughts got stolen. I think as like someone who loves Scizor mains used to like pray for times like these, man. Having no fire weakness
Scissor mains.
is just like so sexy here.
I mean, it's a 2 times fire weakness.
I mean, yeah,
It's not
but
a
like
4
in
times
Rain,
though.
you're not bringing fucking flamethrower, are you? In Rain, like it you know, Scizor just runs havoc here, and it will be a kill leader for sure on their team. I see, honestly.
We shall see. We shall see.
I just want to add. Sorry,
I feel like Scissor
will
look
get. I think Gorbis will get 10 kills. I don't think he'll get 12, but I think he'll get 10 kills.
You know what? I think he'll
Ordinary,
get
any
12.
thoughts you have about this team?
Yeah, I agree with cleaning up like the lower mid tiers and like some of the lower tiers. I feel like Scissor also lucky. I guess he could be offensive some weeks, but I feel like it's gonna usually want to be defensive if you're running more of like, I don't know. So I don't know if it'd be a kill leader because I feel like it's like the best defogger you have is the best pivot into like the threats. It has like reliable recovery. Has good priority.
I don't think it's the best
But
defogger here, but yeah.
I mean, the best defogger is Zapdos, but Scizor will
I
run
feel like
defog more often.
Yeah, because I feel like the opportunity cost you lose with Zapdos running defog is like,
No, I'll agree with that.
yeah, because you want to be sending those like hurricanes in the rain, but
Gorbis is peak
yeah.
though.
Now then,
I kind of like the Gorbis too. Yeah.
time for the hater thoughts. Terabyte, go.
I would maybe get like, what I would do is I'd drop like Rabombi, Audino, and Palosan, and like you try and put your Terra on Gallade, and then pick up like a more reliable
Terra
Ghost
Gallade
type,
would go hard.
and then maybe like some low tier Stealth Rocker, like fucking like even like Golem or some shit, you know, like because it dies to a water move anyway. Like it doesn't really matter. Like
Is Seismitoad still on the board?
No, Roy
No.
has it.
I saw it.
I have it.
Nah, that would have been good. I saw one of the other. What was it? I forgot the name. How did I forget the name? I was just looking at it. The other water ground was taken with water absorb.
Gastrodon?
Gastrodon, yes. And I was
Yeah,
like, what's another one? Seismitoad, but that's taken too. Yeah, one of those would have been really good for the team because it's a ground type with a water immunity. But yeah, it is what it is.
Clodsire is taken 2, isn't it?
Is Quagsire taken?
No, it's not.
Oh, there's your answer. Grab Clodsire. Boom.
Yeah, if you could fit Clodsire on
Easy.
this, it'd be pretty good actually.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be amazing because it's a stealth rocker and spiker. Bam.
Exactly.
Too bad this video comes out like way past grace
Yeah.
period. So
You have to use one of your free agent trains.
Go back in time.
the team's pretty good.
You Celebi, go back in time.
Now then,
Change it.
let's go to
Next
team
time-
number 2.
Draft a better rain team.
Draft better rain team. Terabyte's words. At number 2, we have Fury.
Which means that Ordinary is our #1 team.
Oh, nice. I wasn't below. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
like my team,
Yep.
so that's right.
Let's talk about Fury's team first.
Yeah.
Ben was 16.
Fury's basics. He has every important typing. The only typing he's missing that you could call important is grass, but he doesn't need it because he has a levitator, a mon that is a flying type, and he technically has a resist, which is Shedinja, which is technically also an immunity at the
That's
same
okay.
time.
You love to see it.
Shedinja is hilarious here.
Fury also has great speed tiers. He has a gap between Sandakan and Hariyama, but there's not too it could be worse, that gap. He has removal and he has setting. Are they amazing? Debatable, but he does have them.
I like the removal.
Yeah,
The setting is questionable.
yeah.
It's a little questionable. But yeah.
For the setting, which comes into offensive core, the setting is Arcanine Hisui, which will probably never run rocks. I'm gonna be real.
No, literally. No, literally.
And
It
Sandakan,
should
which
be
is
very
basically your rocker. And then Spikes and T-Spikes are only on Greninja, which is very unfortunate
Yeah,
because
it's
you don't want to
fraudulent.
force Gren to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the offensive core is amazing. Physically, we have Terra Arcanine Hisui, we have Sandakan, we have a Terra Hariyama, we have a Mega Scizor. Especially we have Greninja, we have Latias, we have Thundurus, Therian, and then there's even some stuff like Shells Smash Blastoise, which could be good. We have Fezandipity with Nasty Plot, so this team is very great offensively. Also, some offensive mons bounce off each other very well. For example, Greninja and Harkanine are very synergistic offensively.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Terra Hariyama here.
Yeah, Terra Hariyama is also very nice
Very
here. Like,
fun.
it does help out very well because it's like a nice breaker, which can also like be defensive if it terras because it has thick that, which I'm gonna get into now with defensive. For defensive,
On AV2.
defensive you have Hariyama with Terra and thick fat, which can be very nice into specific matchups. Then you have Sandaconda, of course, which will be your main defensive ground type. Mega Scizor, you have Blastoise, you have Eviolite Vigoroth, which can take some hits. Harkanine can also be very good defensively if you want to use it as a defensive Terra. Then Fezandipity is great defensively, and then Latias can be good defensively too. To that, you add that Greninja can just switch into any move that is not super effective.
It's your fairy immunity, it's your steel immunity, it's your dragon immunity, it's your bug immunity, it's your...
Yeah, basically. What I do have to mention though is, while I did mention all of those, like that there's a lot of defense on this team, there is barely any recovery on this team. Like for the defensive mons. Like Blastoise doesn't have natural recovery except for Life Dew, which is not reliable.
I feel like, doesn't Latias get like recover though?
Latias gets recover, Fezandipity gets Roost, and I think Arcanine Hisui gets
Mega
Morning
Scissor.
Sun.
It does get Morning Sun, but I
Yeah.
don't think you're running... maybe you are running defensive, especially because you have Terra.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
you don't need recovery if you only have 1 HP.
Yeah.
So.
There's also like the big thing about the rock weakness. Because specifically, your only rock resists are 2 low tier Pokemon, which you sometimes just cannot fit into the team.
Yeah.
Like, you having a low tier ground is not that bad because you have a Volt Absorb Thundurus, so you can deal with Volt Switch spam. But not having a rock resist can be pretty crucial because rocks will be set up on you very often then. And some mons, like a lot of mons get rock coverage these days, and they will might just spam that shit through.
Yeah.
I might be tripping, but doesn't Latias get Reflect type?
Yeah.
It does, but
That could be pretty good.
Definitely does.
I guess
if used correctly. Yeah.
That's like a niche tag.
Yeah. For the removal,
There are
you
never
do
combos.
have 3 defoggers and a spinner. The spinner is pretty good. It's Blastoise, very reliable spinner. Thundy T does not like running defog. Same with Latias, and same with Mega Scizor. They all can, but they don't want to normally. And now to the support. For support, you do have Wish support for your your defensive mons that don't have recovery for Blastoise, Sandaconda, Hariyama, which is pretty good. You do have a lot of momentum. You have 4 U-turn mons, you have a flip turn mon, and then you have baton pass as well. You only have 3 knockers. You have one of the best knockers in the game though, in Scissor, so it's fine. The hazard support is kind of low though. Like, you don't have a lot of hazards to support the offense of your team. But you do have some like niche support moves for, like, for example, when you bring Sandicon, you have Glare, which is just guarantee para. Yeah, that's basically a recap of Fury's team. Harry, Roy, you guys go first again.
I'll let Roy go first.
Well, guess you go
If he's
first,
fucking here.
because Roy's missing.
Yeah, Roy's dead.
Pass that drunk.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, what I can say has already been said, but, like, I'm not a fan of the defoggers here, honestly. And having Blastoise be your only rapid spinner kinda hurts. Like, I don't know, I'm not a fan of running rapid spin on Blastoise, because I feel like Blastoise is trying to do 50 different things all at once. And I just think this team could really do with another rapid spinner, honestly. That's all the thoughts I have to share anyway.
I can go.
Yeah.
Okay, my thoughts on like the removal situation. I don't think it's actually that bad because, like, I feel like okay, it's Scissor Mega, Latias, Blastoise. None of them really want to run it, but if there's like 2 of them that really want to go offensive, then you just put like removal on the third, and then like you call it a day. Like one of them's always gonna have to be like defensive on this team, but it's okay because there's like 3 of them, so they can kind of shuffle the roles every week. Like if you want to run like
Yes.
Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, Scissor 1 week, and like Weakness Policy Latios, then you can just go like removal Blastoise. And if you want to go Shell Smash Blastoise, then you like get rid of one of the other 2, and then you run like Defog. So
You're not become
I think it's
predictable
okay.
though in a sense, in terms of prepping against this team.
What was that?
Could it not be quite predictable looking into this team prepping against it? Just being like, oh yeah, well, they're obviously gonna bring bulky Scizor into my team, settled Scizor into my team. So obviously they're gonna bring Defog on Latias here. And then you can just plan accordingly.
Isn't that like every team though? Like ever?
You do,
No,
yeah,
no, I
well,
guess.
yeah. Ordinary is a point. You can't technically do that with every team if you really want to be precise about it. But yeah.
I feel like he has options, and that's all I think. I think that's fine.
Also, I had this team as my number 1 team, by the way. Hamburger and Roy were hating for some reason. I don't know why, because Roy's not here and Hamburger isn't as well. So I don't know.
Might go
They
ham.
hate you and you specifically.
Harry, pretend you're Hamburger. Why do you hate this team?
Hi, I'm Hamburger. So, I hate Latias. Rah.
Okay.
That was my Hamburger impression.
No. Here's my
You sound
hamburger
like-
impression. What is this team? I won on preview.
Your British
Mic
accent is
drop.
not good enough.
Your British accent's not good enough, man.
My bad. My fault. I didn't even realize hamburger's British. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Anyway, since Roy isn't
Hamburger's
here,
my go.
Terabyte, go ahead. Hater thoughts.
I quite like this team actually. No real issues. I like it's pretty balanced all around.
Yeah. Like this.
I like Terra Hariyama because it can actually start running Belly Drum with a Bullet Punch and Terra Steel.
That's really
Okay.
scary. I love Terra Hariyama here.
Yeah,
You really like
Yeah, I
low tier
know.
terrors.
again, I said this was my favorite team, but Roy and Hamburger were hating for some reason. Don't exactly know why, but again, they just did.
I don't like
And the winner is.
I just prefer the team in first place, which is Ordinary's team.
I think
I'm still surprised that mine is first place. Like I'm still surprised, guys. Like, we can talk about it later though.
Yeah, I mean, the truth may or may not have been spun a little bit, but press the button, Ben.
Oh my gosh, I knew it. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. I
Before
knew
anybody calls BS, I did not rank my team. That was solely Hamburger and Roy.
Ooh, I love Melody.
Ben rigged it so I was bottom and he was top.
Anyway, Roy, go ahead. Since you ranked this team, you can talk about it better than I.
Hey, this is a goddamn
Damn.
good team. What?
So this team is
This is-
shit.
What?
Nah, this
Yeah.
team's
What?
great.
Anyway,
I actually
moving
love
on.
this team.
This is a
Needs
crazy team.
Empoleon.
So this is basically Ben, aka going to get hacked out of playoffs by Roy. He has got a Terra Raikou, which is a very strong offensive mon. Terra Colossal, one of the best Terra spinners. He has got 2 good spinners and a great defogger and a backup defogger. He has got 2 great spike mons and rock mons. 3 actually if you count Colossal as well. Toxic spikes as well. There's no sticky web, so you can't have everything. When it comes to typings, he has got every type he needs. He's got he's got Florges, he's got a Ghost and Dragapult, he's got a Norman Furfu, he's got a Water in Milotic, he has got a Dark type in Alola Murk, he's got Ground type in Gliscor. He's a bit ground weak, but we move. He has got Gliscor for that, and also Colossal can tear into Grass type or Fairy type if you need to.
Both from Raikou.
Yeah, Raikou. Then we get onto offenses. Physically offensive, it is a bit weaker. Dragapult, you've got Mega Medicham, Gliscor can do some work, and Alola Murk can do some work. Physically, especially, you've got Dragapult, Raikou, Milotic, Florges, and even Meteor Beam Colossal sets, which Ben's going to run most weeks. Spoiler.
Of course.
Defensively, this is where the team really shines for me. It's super bulky. Milotic, Gliscor, Florges, Colossal, Muckalola. It is very hard to break this team. This team is super hard to break, and it just lets them get a position. Mega Medicham, Dragapult, and Raikou, and they just smash through your team, pounding that ass. It's like he's got Emilio underneath him, and he's just pounding away.
Yo.
What?
40-year-old man, by the way.
I'm not 40, fuck you. I am not 40, fuck you. I was said those accusations. That's rude. And then last but not least, the support. Florges is a great support mon here with Wish and Aromatherapy. You've got a lot of pivoting as well. Even Furfu gets pivoting. Did you know Furfu got U-turn? And do you know what his best special move is? Surf.
What? Really?
Furfu gets surf. Yeah, get surf. You can surf on that dog. So,
I wouldn't try it.
No, I wouldn't recommend it. I also do like the double T spikes as well because it goes well with Dragapult and the flame body support on Colossal. Yeah, so overall a very solid team. What we'll do is we'll go one at a time with the boys just to see what their thoughts are. Ordinary, what's your thoughts on the team?
You should give me the PR doc. That's my first thought. Second thought.
Okay.
Second thought. I do like it a lot. Just having 3 different guys who can set Stealth Rock or Spikes is like actually kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of crazy.
They're all legitimate ones.
It frees up Gliscor to do like Sword Stance, like first option shenanigans, which is like great. You always want like the freedom to be able to do that. Yeah, removal is solid. You got like 2 rapid spinners, 2 defoggers, all of them are like kind of good at it. The rapid spinners are kind of low tier, but like it's all right because like one has a 4 times fire weakness, and the other one has like a 4 times fire resistance, and like one has a 4 times like weak to ground, and the other like is neutral to it. So it's like okay, they're like interchangeable. And then the defoggers are just solid. Like they're just solid. Pivoting. Yeah. Pivoting is pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
the
say
pivoting's really good.
yeah. You have a lot of fast pivots, but then I saw Baton Pass on Florges and Volt Switch on Fortress and Flip Turn on Melodic, and I was like, yeah, no, it's pretty solid. I'm trying to find a complaint.
The ground weakness, I
The
guess.
team, it just doesn't give. It doesn't give good vibes. The team, and that's my only complaint.
He has big top energy in this team. Harry, your thoughts?
My only thought is Ben, which Furfrou running, like design wise?
Wait, let me look at it. Which forms are there?
I don't fucking remember them by name. I was just kind of hoping someone would.
I think he's going to run the Egyptian form.
I'm running the one that has red in the design.
Fair enough. That's my only thought.
Editors, put it up on the screen.
It's the Kabuki form. That's what it's called.
Hater of 2025. Any thoughts?
I think this team has one glaring weakness, and that is that Empoleon is not on it.
Okay, I knew that was coming.
But no, like Ben, on a real note, this team is really fucking good.
Thank you.
I fuck with this team heavy.
I don't like melodic
I do.
personally. Like I feel like
Yeah.
a defensive wall that you have to set on fire is not that great.
Well, hang on,
Mm,
pause.
true.
Because what I would say is, I have a suggestion for Ben. What you can do is you can use that Milotic to get Scold Burned instead of your Mega Medicham. That's a good
Yeah.
suggestion.
Dude, shut the
Actually,
fuck
that
up.
would be a good idea.
Bro, you should
Yeah,
use the
but-
melodic to trade with the guy who has Empoleon. And then...
Good shout. Good shout.
Fair trade.
Oh, wait, that's Reyna.
Your turn.
You should give
Ben, your
you
turn-
should give
Ben,
the
your turn for
Empoleon
thoughts?
for the Samurott and then the melodic for the Samurott and then trade the Samurott for the Empoleon.
You're so right.
I
You're so
tried to do
right.
that,
Ben,
but they said no. Because
Ben,
they
abuse your mod powers and force Rena to take Furfur and take Empoleon.
True. You do have mod. You could just change
I
the
fuck with the
I don't have
Teleporter.
mod, I have co-owner, basically.
Same thing. Same
Even more
thing.
power.
I mean, all I'm saying is Ben got screwed over by a guy that notoriously doesn't like keeping his word. So
Yeah, 4 times.
What can
4
you do? You know?
times.
On
Uh,
multiple
saying, fool
occasions,
me
multiple
once.
seasons. Across 2 seasons,
you-
I think he snaked people like 8 times. I think it's an outrageous
That's
number.
crazy.
Sarah,
That's
you know the saying,
crazy.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm becoming a bit gullible. Fool me 4 times, I'm Ben.
The fuck?
Fool me 5 times, just make me a trial mob.
Anyways,
That should be a trial mod. Great idea.
That's good.
anyways, thanks for the for the glaze, me being first and all, but my team is not my favorite team in this division. My favorite team is Furies.
Yeah, no, it's no one's favorite team.
No, I think I generally have like 3 teams I like more than my team. It's, I think, Fury, BGC, and JFuka, I think, have better teams than me. But, like, thanks for the glaze, guys.
Poggers. Send me the PRs. I want to see the other rankings.
You can also just watch the video.
Yeah,
wait,
watch
when
the
is it
Yeah,
gonna-
Sam,
video.
what have you got, man?
Isn't it gonna
Um,
take a bit to come out
or-
though?
I mean, I'm
see
gonna upload it right
Ordinary.
after this, so...
Oh,
Ordinary, I'll spoil it for you. Me and you are the bottom 2.
and you're lying. You're lying.
Thank
No, I'm not. We're bottom
You're
2. We're actually
lying.
bottom 2.
By the
We're
way,
not. I'm not.
thank you guys for watching. We're tired. It's been 2.5 hours of just straight up talking.
Yep.
I don't know when
Yep.
the other PRs will come out because I'm pretty busy tomorrow and the day after. So really depends on when I get free to record more videos. But we will bring you guys the PRs before week 1 finishes. I can tell you at least that. That's a
Wait,
promise.
are we actually the bottom 2?
I will make it
Oh, yeah,
work
yeah,
somehow,
bottom 2.
even if I have to
I've
die
got-
inside.
I've got one more in the chat. I've got one more.
One more. Tara has one more in him.
Wait, yeah, all the other teams are pretty good. Wait.
I mean,
what am
I'm
actually
kind of
bottom 2?
free at weird points in the next couple of weeks, so we'll see how that goes.
Anyways, again, thank you for watching. Anybody who stayed to watch the whole last video, I'll ping Emilio and say he's handsome.
No, say he has a tiny. No, say he has a tiny. No, say, actually do that, and then say he has tiny balls and is a bottom.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Say you're
ping Emilio,
handsome,
say
but
he's handsome, has tiny balls, and what was the last part? He's a bottom.
And
Diabetes.
he's a bottom.
All right then. Any
Bye-bye.
last thoughts, you guys, before I turn this shit off?
I can't believe I had
Um,
Ordinary believing his team was like number 1. That's crazy.
That was quite funny.
I didn't believe it. I was like a little surprised. I was like, really? I feel like
He was
there's some
doubting.
inherent problems in my team.
Crazy.
Yeah, and that's why
I
you're
love
bottom
Quagsire.
2.
I didn't think bottom though. I didn't think bottom. I thought like in the
Well,
middle.
it's not bottom. It's bottom 2. It's not bottom. Mine's
Okay.
bottom.
Oh no. It's not
Anyways.
bottom.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
Well,
love
it's fine.
Quagsire.
Oh, actually,
Quagsire
blame
Division
Ben.
on top for finishing first.
Name
We
Empoleon,
were
blame Ben.
close.
I can't lie.
We're
Quag
the
also
best.
has some of the biggest needs, to be honest.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
We're
does
the
that
best.
mean I'm the least
Around.
Because I'm the
People
biggest?
I
have
am a
people less than a day
dead
Anyways,
behind.
guys, thank you for watching. We were the Clodcast. These were the Quagsire PRs, and we wish you a good time.
Bye, nerds.
Goodbye.
Fuck Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan.